Mayan Samwa Chibiamnia Mwakwa Adom TV Badwam Dwumade yi eso na yada Apostle Dr. Ni te kutegwase eni nkwanshen sama ene so de ama ye de du so ne Badwam kase ensam no ne obetie wo mu bi eni galamsefo mienu ne etu aka wo ma oto no no nsie do wo eye subiri nkwanta wo bebi eni anwa so bekoi na yakọ akọhwe minority so chess ohia anu ye free aban ho de entia eye voting na ekoso efa LGBTQ R+ no ho no want to be no nsem na no pay bede browse Adom TV Badwam kase wo Facebook /Adom TV extra obetimi ahwe live wo ho Go TV no 119 DSTV 280 uko YouTube search Adom TV tube na kwa adomonline.com ensem wani nsem bebre so ewo ho medi afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni de mientie said ensem ni nchemo ankasa etie enipa mienu ato na nanom nse do Ghana ni baako ne China ni ewo tuo ya akasa wo subiri nkwanta wo bebie ni anwa so bekwai ewo Western North mantam ne wo.
After investigation yom di two manim say oma ya adwuma wi a aka omode omo agudi omu ya no epie emu na from Prafo and Asa Roberts ebetake wo mo omuni ipapro and omo hu nkofoforo a omo di say adwuma no ebra shootings no end ye no omo ba na Chinese ni baako ana Ghana ni baako a oye Chinese ni driver na ye shitu wo mo ama omo me ni na nti die si wo subin kwanta ntakamu asase so na ayi
owie ogina no so de adesrede to manfo nyina nim se omoden a se wo mo betwe ho afri galamsey no ho fri se eyade a se omayin sase pa
that so I'm say as an assembly member me adwuma so assembly and the MC is the leader of the assembly nti eno yimi nso mbo ono so amane futu a de be ma ye nuadum ya ne se de aban no ayeyi ga se the person e proper man ewo yesase ne so no e be se adwumadie no omunyai
Ekokuma ya wo mrashebeja fie mu hia no ye efree Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudito Ablakwa efa abato ekoso ewo LGBTQR+ no a Ghana yantu bi no ho.
We've been non-aligned on particular foreign policy matters. There's not a foreign policy matter. There's a cultural issue, value issue, constitutional issue, things that are alien to our culture and our well-being. And if you read our constitution, our cultural values are part of our constitutional establishment or provisions. So we thought the government, having been very firm, loud during the campaigns, ought to have sent the right message to Ghanaians that yes, we campaign that we're not going to accept those tendencies, and that when we get the opportunity to be in government, we are going to ensure. So it was a clear opportunity for government to demonstrate to the world her position on this.
I was answering way more no so for Foreign Affairs so Samuel Okudito Ablakwa about one thing abichum.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has observed that there are misleading reports in sections of the media that Ghana has abstained from a vote on LGBTQ+++. The ministry wishes to state for the record that there was no vote on support for LGBTQI+++, for which Ghana abstained. So let's get it clear. There was no vote on support for LGBTQI+++, for which Ghana abstained. Proposed legislation is inconsistent with our constitution because our constitution, as you do know, has very entrenched human rights provisions which protects and guarantees the rights and freedoms of everybody. So misleading reports of that nature should be discarded, and I would urge the media to independently obtain what the vote was about at yesterday's Human Rights Council meeting. There was no vote on support for LGBTQI, no vote.
The free sansem ni mo na ya boy ransom fufuro mo nipa ba ko prade a emu eden ni na no ye national security operatives bi ene adehye wo mansom patase e wa mansie south mesin mo wasantemantem ma me kasa de we pra no St Martin's Catholic Church e wo agoyesum ye de nakoto ho
Abana blagala say obi anfa ne no mama fie be 3 weeks ni edi video be sisi fie edi say also wo be fa pa de video no fie de e ma mo kwan edi e bobo obelia say video de ye ma mo mfa ba akokra nko edi e nyira ye pinche sa ana ye de video no e ama mo mfa nko edi e wa na ya police for no e sa o machi a o mo de ko ye say ne sa bre eni e won shoot de e kokọ so na ye se de si fie kwa de eni ba ba akopla na say ye de no hospital to oni asisi a
sabre ba bi apake afidie asie no asifie ba 2 months ni 3 months ni yankwa adwuma adi enti na polisifuo betuma ba fie so mo ba fa fidie enti yesre no so mo na nimra fom ohwehwe mu ye na de omo ye no emwa ye ene ye mo de omo ka esan machi na se to so bie mu a omo ka no omo de bewura fom
Wonibonyamfo George Champion ya assembly member wo mansom pasase nkase mu ene wo chese wohwe anti-gram say tax force mona muntu a wo mo de etata small scale miners na eya de ha adwene
omo se aban na aso omo firi so na baaye omo se aban firi so omo se wada from above omo firi so na aba enti omo na ba sa machine se fie nko ye nim ba bi botia omo firi ye sra aban ni se ye omo na ama omo kwan se omo me ye sa ade ne dia ene omo de omo se ni din because ye nyina no ye pa na sam se de wo ye ne yafu ye ne je ho but say na kwan na omo nam so we ne dia nya se ne ye pe no omo ba na se machine se fie aban se machine se fie no be fa kwa dia enya sa ne ye pe ntia sra aban se wo ye adwuma na won hwe nipa o betimi aye no kama no ma ye ma omo ye ma eto ehon nte na wo mo mba ne de obada ne akoronfo because omo tibe bokwam moto ba no mache no o kada fo kwa no mache no sa no omo de wetra say 4 days time omo bai ene ne de omo be wura kuro ni ma omo sa machine se fie e de ko akwa omo de te so ha no
Yamanyoko Mustafa Gbande se ene one candidate wa Blekuma North ochna yeto abano biemo wo polling station sedunkuno no Rabna Obenkia ne kenkunimdie no ebe ne dia
ntie de electoral commission ema kwan se 19 polling se bo akoye election no punishment there but I ready ayakọ the entire machinery on grounds the national chairman na odi party na enim ono akobi akwakoye campaign 100 enti se abato no beba so de ase de nhihye na kyerɛ no a Friday NDC ekwa akodi nkunim because ye ne Ablekuma na ofo ekoboyem yantoma de aba no
Adom News in Central for ekwa Ablekuma North Dakuman ene omanfo ewo ho ekotwetwe nkomo bisa se wo mo aya hoboa e de afa abato ebekoso e nyame yadoma efiada no
yawo atweyema ye twen se tamre bebeso a ye beka akoto abanaso bia bo man no obi anya ne fa ahodie enti se afane nyina giatum dia yanso yada omampani ma amase na wonhwe ne pepepe ye nkoso na butoye munye de emra
ya pese abato no ya tupa enwe ye cause se ni MP awo Blekuma North ade bonme na ya
yentum ntena wa bra Ablekuma North ye ni MP
Ekokuma womra shebedwe fie mu se womo ebehia nhwehwemu afa sika 1.2 million dollars a ene yede eye chip embedded passport no ene niema hudu bi no e wo se nhwehwemu eba ne hu nie sika no eye pote
enimwenimu ya yemfa emergency response feedback entudwa ema Ghana fo ewo egrom kuro a sebe eniema enhyeda nye clear wi mu ayekusu wo ho no se ne beya so kyena egeto ne bro Ghana fo ewo ho no benya enyinaso ana behu number ana behu nipa ana behu be bia eko a ewo se wo moko sa niema wo eni egyina so
Osan edi tudwa se ehun behia pa se nhihye aban no edi egu akwam edi fa akwantuo policy no woma emu na ho
extra kata Fred say ombra no church asemu awaka ni in fact wo mu man so issue statement a kire ya odi a wo medi e wo man Ghana ho we nyina no entweye e fi say e di confusion e ba wo man Ghana ne ne namfo ne ne nyonkofo ntem enti e minister no o man you enye ni you na ne da bi so ne da bi
Gomwanya no zongo chief for Efre IGP ni interior minister said ni die mo betre se gomwa dominance ni gomwanya no district police command no wo hia kade ahyen nom ne ade a wo betumi de abo adehye ho ban ni titru afri akwamukafo emo
Gomwamai, we hear lack of police gadgets. Say police for benya cars. Na biako gomwanya nyanu, biako gomwa fete, biako gomwa dominasi, biako koko mbiambianu. Ye nibi. Inti ye tutosre regional police command. Onyonyamfu da papa nangasa oyanipa. Inti otienya enye minkuti na mikasa minkuti na mitia nemo ayinfo mushe masina mpemfo mushe mechira mikasa asami yedosu pa se yebeto asre na woma nyanyanu onya police car papa any more police.
Assemblyman owo Gomwadom nase electoral area Patrick Abeka enso de nsem se tudwa
metima ke se ehwa kan ne ntin se on se enye ba ko enye mienu se enye be 2 weeks ago ebisi between Ochako and Potin and Timho and then say so ebisi between Dominance and Dabeyin Dominance district command yenika and aso munika it's normal case here ayana aiding before be from mudo no na che nkofo kran wale homoko nti mbese se benefit yen na omombo na district on se enweka
Kwa West Municipal Assembly no ne nananum won kokwa ka won ho abomu a waye say Bobo Shanti Pub was wo mudwiri egu fi se ne ye no emo akuro no ne titio ne mabunu ya ewom
say nyina kwa hemfo security services advice amdama kwa West Municipal Assembly and say ohona nkasa no enye safe for the municipality jumadi ekoso ane niema ekoso hono but enye oho nyina na ye ko buno a temporary structure aye gidi se yekọ mienu miensa na wo ho no a eye threat to us no ye ne nananom ekọ na security no na yakọ na yetime di sanity abaho
wasan de atomabunu nanim se wo mohwe se wo mbetwe omho de fi enubone ekwan so na nya de ebebo om kra na omnwe wo mo edache hu
into robbing, drug abuse, prostitution, illegal activities no yes wrong ye hiom o my gana hiom o mo dache yan o mo ntwe om mfiri on because ani manyina emfo nkosi ba bipa o hwa dress red one and it be pray and o duro anadwo a untime mfa ho te kire mabunu no mesra me ma mema mumri pe adwuma yensu adwuma schools ni yakwa mumri enko
Obuase district manager da NHIS eye kwabna Martin wo de adesere na etudwa se wo mu behia eye NHIS no won mo atsa ye no ebi se ye betumi aboa wadwuma na wo koso a eye no ombe ya cheche won ahim
eye proximity se ye he domi abra mampamre nyamesum ye de kwabna kwa asonkore obi free mampamre a obefa ka abesi domi abra no afa domi abra ebi abesi tutuka no obi ase tutuka so a to Obuase Central o de ofa ka be miensa na enan enti se wan hwe a sika na o de fa ka e de aba your office ewo health insurance office no inka wo de tena ho a inka betimi ayeden aye wo card no enti one of the biggest challenge is say the proximity into say you see have insurance in your Obuase Easter and now see in your office of Obuase Easter a better boa. So that is one of the major challenges. Even though you caught outreach programs, but then someone so office Libya a boa.
Mainya no Adom TV Badwam kase na hana bema kwan na no pay DSC yada semre ne adaje a bibia wo de ma yenti wada wo matwen yen na yemfa de obonkrata ne Adom online stories no nto so bidi afia amankwa tamaklo yada se yemo akwa ba bi Adom TV Badwam dwumade no eso mre ne wadaje a wo de amaye won mu titio a Badwam no ehase na won ye gina ba be dru sabre anyum tuo no mu na ja wo ho ahyemu bi de bo won mo mpaye ye wie ye no Apostle Dr. Nita Ekwute Goodbye e de nkranhyensem no eto aso o wie ye na news no so ye gina mu e de maya yakwaba ye de obon krata no ene Adom online stories eto aso yi nti wo afei na wo de afide na to ha no ye mo ache ye mo akwaba bribia Adom TV enum 5:30 ni abase Badwam ti ya hye no so sebe ya woni ye mbehye worships no ase eja etimi akenya wo spirit no rade guso eye na nwanwade ne nsankyerani no se etimi asore kora etimi ahyatade abegina ha no pai na nso guso boaboa wo ho aye ne esefata for the day no the rade ase muja papa bi edu mu afu sane ene humi bi abele mai na wotwe ya na water be wom de to so na mse agoro ti se humi se be ne ba kada bi ebedi nyameka amebe wi akiri nanka ye nyina ye deda ho nanso we wode amaye kwa ya nto aye ntua ti fana se dama no na wo da na se na wo nhira na wo nkwa ena ye tentententententen Badwam ni team na so Weba Richmond AB Stefano any set designers and MCR omde atum Isaac and so na amaye lighting ti wo hu ye kama fefefe makeup on so Virginia Baden and Esther Ann Adaroma matwitwi anim kama ya ya droba for papa bi nso de ya ba ye cleaners papa bi nso ate hanom kama ti wura ha hu se sent ni bia e ye kama ye de omo ase papa pa ti PRO ne ben so Adaroma o ma set ne kama ye gina so fefefe ti eda team na se pa mo ya de abibia mienu na mo hu ye nso eso mbo ye chidom ona e kire se kan we yesi sanete tie da Awurade asema ye nyina ye ho na no pay me ne owura Bismarck akwasinsia boatin JP Jordan na wa ha ebi abebusa JP Jordan no ko Jerusalem ko dan su Jordan subontin Jordan no abegina ho ya the value is still the same. Memo achemu akwa
afiam joso
dia no ani abra as wo hwe bibi
o nsem wo ho
nsem de wo ho
watanso ye winter na se
ani
so you fa no whether na em na adenam no
because you know I want to chim ni pedua inside no
and na some side akopra say emukure ba ba ye
yes e ba ye dia say winter in Africa akasa snow no beto na then okura to na ya na yes blog na etiti go no
ene fe su kotwa
su kotwa no enti awon wom die kan say mienfa futuo mama ye ho
especially kwada
no wona epie ni ade ye nhye omo simis ana vest
ye
nhye omo pullover kama shane shorts
sure
di owo fi a odi ni pie kokro so shane long sleeves nkranke to babies no shane che kata no nyina na nka nanim na wona no odin penifo kra ye hu so na nkra na ya nso mpenifo no so ye nresi ye
mo so ye hu ban na we die
ye nresi ye pa nya maba wasem mewu kwase menka maba kwase menkyere o ni ehwehwa no na ye fie patase estate na sikani bi ho o krama kese ye pa nti Mr. Morrison wa koda dada radin fan currency jana ni ekodi agro ho
efio
ne ekwa na krama enya baby anso misirim ye awoy so munga o ye na misa nti no I don't even know say yeah but abwana kame na ja Mr. Morrison say ye obiba
go fast
cheme chema de kama
wow
fe atade tade so na sleeveless na fe I'm saying what I say na me kwa sori na me say we had the atade we ya na me say cause efe abayu aketwaja kwesi kasa na tentini ni tete amekọ be yare
be yare
awode mia mama yare ti de me ka che nyina ne say eyampa atade bo ho mo mu say satade we de ese be hye
benye season nyina na ye hye
wati ase
season nyina na ye hye
tinye season bia na wo hye hye ntade butum say awie gira so na kwabra ne ahye cardigans kuntan
ti we die awona no ode
awona wo
aya no ode
wo mpa
na efama no kwa na efa no se enwunu na wo mu no ano ode ti enkwada ne die especially yem protect one chest no
so wo hye ntade ni nyina no wo protecting baby a Sabe am fama ko wura.
Enko wura na. Omo shase e went.
Because they say na e wo say COVID no so wo.
Yes, e wo.
And this Friday,
you know the difference no. Between okay.
Echina nyambo a ye di COVID ene mpox ehun komo.
Okay.
Na ye be fa ni say bia COVID no ko. They say COVID na be normal malaria. Enye sa asaba mpo e wo hodada. But just that it's 2020 na 21 mo na ye hu bi da na e ba ya na obi edi so no. Say no wo hye ho. Enti bia beka say ye cold beka say. Ne hu yan so be ho wonsa. So ne samena. Kwasi gina unuan mema na na mu ne to obi afo. Ukrom ni ne woni de.
E wo ni say.
Tie dia make ka we nansa. Wo mo edidi wi ansa na odi nso ne samena hohoro wonsa say. Enye hwe no. Kwasi mpacha odi de utie me.
Afia me tie pa.
Nti fa futu ma.
Eno na make say.
Ukrom ni ba ko na woni mu no. Ene obi a.
Yes. COVID na ba na e ka ho ase. Afia. Esno bia ne immune system.
Mende no correct.
Obi ho no mu a omo nkasa immune system na no ordin to the extent say it me fight certain bacteria as being kakrakra. Enye obi a na ne de ano ordin. Into di echire mu adwen ko yo se yare ne ko ne aba no e normal malaria. Wan hwe na akwa akotimi.
No correct.
It will be a mon ho bai. If am da bia meka se COVID by ade ba ko afia msua free mu ayensa ho.
Musa na osakura ye ha.
Yes. Se ne ohoro yensa, ne ohoro yensa tem e fire fingers no e make sure say you twitwe nyina ene ade ba ko amede COVID ba ye no me sua de free.
Na make say COVID nye kumekum bia.
Yes.
Anka ye ni suba the way you protect you.
Ma ye ni beda ho pa. Eno kusa no wamu ne kofa zoom de ba ye.
Eno so zoom so de ba ye. Nya no ran so na di delivery ba ye
no mu ku. Na ma delivery na odi agura aduane ato ene bo be ofom na delivery os.
Chese. Na no what the atade course what the 100 cedis. Chese.
Odi na bia bo se fa aduane no.
Na dia aduane ka ho.
Di me nyi.
Eti en ho yensa. Se on say you know NCC ho. Showing to sanitizer.
Yeah.
Let's show pockets. Kitwa be o cute ones. And a crowd ya be tissue.
Yeah. And bo so cry nya
din. Yeah. Oh,
first na be na ehu yi rode Ghana fo.
Ya kunya yo. No smas ye to be 100 Ghana. We e 1 Ghana. Hey, ni pada se.
Anyway, who's on the shield one be buy.
Ah, no so be ye fashion. Eh, we are so. Uni bi ai se wa ma.
Bi bia betwam.
Enti no, yes ni die mu aye kasa ni nyina ne se ye mo ye ho ban. Whether no se de tie ne mo nyunu too much. Mo wa be pono so de ne mo.
Ebro de ne mo ma ne.
Me se yakofa peduase ene ye de kopie amasaman. Ne ye pese ye biti akwan no. Ne kro bi o me minim hodin. Papa. So nim kwan na abesha mene.
Yeah. Ebona
si ti adroba fo papa bi madaroma anopa mu nkono boko ne weda ne se de tie ne nra hyekura mumianya no boko na enro nso so afo hwe transport so so we share contractors no ne ade na
omo roads and highways
owura Kwame Abuja omo nso aye so omo
best performing ministers in a John Mahama administration, the first 6 months in a year. If I'm telling you.
Sir,
I'm telling you.
Oh, me, besides,
yes. You see, the Biameka said, Sikanyon the be. But I home make a car. Or the bishop called Biaya. As semness, you know, a shame cry. And no crowd, many parkum above. Yes, and they see a man for a war, a massama, Pukas quantum posso. A bidding one dance and say, on Tina office, issue state maker. Obanka se morning a team. Abwana koshe. Because everybody when it's here. Yeah. And it become once in me.
But me say insurance to 20 crown and my construction. Yeah, my road construction. Yeah, and also. But nyame ya domo a say the minister kano. Ombeba no say insure to say insure to. I was say me say by 6 weeks time no more. Ma
in fact, for the meantime, no more share them say contract and be na one level kwan baby a e mo trouble no. On level ne kaka enfama. Because on the day sir mako abuso kan ya de liberty. Utwi so ba ko bia na sama na to kaka de amom. Yeah.
Yes ayi Amasama Hills forget it. They say obi a hills of Kanu bia wonye. Hey, why banner Richmond so muti East Amasama Hills. Was say ne omo video omo just ne so ne to ye ni nti no. Asama ntokro aba de dem ni ade. And I'm say kwasi manu nya omo tete hills ni nyina nya papa. Enso yiri fa wo mo say ya. They say Obia the hills. They say Obia the hills.
The cemetery. It's like on the hills by that way.
Say baby hills. If you want to hills or Kranka say hills. Senka Pedua say hills. That's what Kranka hills. One more tears I send from the hills.
The sky.
And you are sky.
A brief way sky. That add day.
Na baby hills. Then you see a cry was you ever hills on so and ye on my more crazy, a back at hills. Because a horn almost shall be pony. So it's Mumaya soon quite the hills. That's a we had in a state way. Will be developing not the hills. Or the Queen, or Baboon, hills and unquar price and go. Into that now, maybe I will say the East Masama hills now.
Yes, and the price because service land. Ne bonko and asase and service ne bonko asase bi also automobile also to me service asane
there then no condition abeda so eya sabo eya sampa yemi phone lines na
yemi we no
semre wo mu a basiko sika nso beba
oh yeah *281 hash *281 hash select the option 4 na dia no pay I would even send Eban in your first 1,000 Ghana cedis. Sir. Pay so bet your second 1,000 Ghana cedis. You in the faculty pullover. I don't want to share.
Any umbrella.
Any say I in the no pullover bo baba heading.
Umbrella mpo. Any white bay.
Yeah. Pullover bo baba heading. Who is
esa nka to ntem.
So ko Europe e do sabria na.
Yeah.
Jacket board. But me have to pay $100.
Agro. This say no so no AC air condition bo. Kokoto de ene. You see above form. Kototo.
To ntem.
Na show man the price nko. Because you na demand na high.
If I say kwa $1 ni so no credit me na kakanti. Ne ma bo above form. Ne ma wo sika betimi atone no. Toby. Seka to be. Sabrochi na beto efra to be go say duty crab form. Yes, because of dollar no. Above form tinti. Yenentem. Sir. They do baby are to be yoding. Yanko Adom online.
Yabakoadomonline.com na yare hosam pa migration officer papa bia brantie gramo gina na so. Obi ahye kuno. Ahye kuno. Ai, asem ya no odene. Wenye chiro. Enya foreign news, local. Kwa benya hai. Mi esi ekohu ne body ne fa ya hye no. Ene sai. Ne nyonko de ne ka o magisika no. Kwa gisika no a. Asa hye no. Asa afa ne phone asende ne yire sai da bi chese ne phone ne sende te se de ye be ma no ankasa na sende ne yire sai ne nsa kasika because ne yire adwuma o ye no satan no oni fie. Afoforo ne yire na so kakra. O se ye mbo akire nkohwe. Yakoya abema na nifi hwehwe no ne phone no since then were off eno na MC ekohu ya adane nso nipa hwe ni nua nim hwe kwasinsi anim na ma hye no
me na won hye me fa we by example Mr. So to bring so betwe ja to
aya reho
fa we by example
aya reho enti ono
if na me tie former prison officer be no ye in charge of condemn. And now ex-president Rawlings.
Okay.
And no bisa say intina okofrem krofo se yakwa kokun mu a ya wonye no ho ana.
Yeah.
Also we nya bida.
Wow.
Because we share the gravity of boni asama for no edin. Ose ba akode yom kokun the last one Rawlings here ya wanye bi.
Yes.
Ono ba akwa akoda. Ono wie no say blackmail oba no. No this can go warm.
Hey.
To say any person so on ko born promise 3 times.
Wow.
Chumunyina. Te to da bia yes, yenya temu fa manyame. But ujai ni pade nsu a. Fia. E wodi se ma ye kan bi na emrante bi so akwa bi wai.
Ewo.
Amso kwa ye ayi. Sikadru.
Daily guide on.
Yes.
Ani bre.
Enso sikadru.
Ani bre ope bibia quick.
That is why we always continue to call on NCA, any NMC.
Yeah.
The kind of content to be a television.
Yeah. Even social media, they say social media, but I think Sam George, honorable, any abrewo honomo. The last time we were TikTok for share one money idea.
I say, oh, take your more Ghana in Chiaka.
And yet, Nichiano, but said the
sanitize the videos now.
And Facebook, no, we say, yeah. Because say youth when a young for sometimes young 40 baby because you ma beto no technology world nti no bibia but
yam protectia the social media no as a yenti as in different
cry yam fanya de pa
social media dey different
cry me was social media nti no obi anya yaresa obi anya sika ye de hwe no
anya tenia na ya tro ne akohwesem na manfo ro won yeah good things even AI abe AI abe ni mapa bebre wo be musa sade questions ere ko AI ko bisa and the rewrite yes
ai kwase brana so nti radio for 97.1 yada mo aso badwamonline.com anti sansam no e wo ho na fe allegedly yase papa bi akum ne ba ama wi etire ne ba be man so so wapra no ama ono papa no wie ne oni akokoduro nso ahye ne ho akonfo wakato eno so badwamonline.com a eno wa ha GPHA launches full 24-hour operations at Enetakra Port. And also no teenagers, yet one more to a fiase was sentimental chronobon cranketwa 21-18 near DM cranketwo chrono to a down common a second near dear. Yatra one I don't want to a fiase and on send be badwamonline.com. Ewo.
Mami father overseer the workata a new crazy is ending in Penfa catcher or more party officials or many appointment na so be any position so.
Okay. Okay.
Ti a free George Pariado so ABC Richard Kofi a the Center Regional Chairman.
Okay.
And a Johnson is saying ketemi na phone wa.
Ayo. Eh.
So when you have the appointment on kwan dia.
So free
because partners in the near break.
Wow.
Or pursue separated the party from the government.
No,
it's me correct government.
Okay.
88 me ko ba say.
Hey.
Oh yeah, George Pariado. Chairman. Chairman be choose between GPHA board chairman.
Asemo. Eda say tino. Ya vensi ha na badwamonline.com nsemi ne nsembe brain so e wo kwa akudie mu nsem padi botwe ba twa na obedi *281# *281# option 4 twa 1000 Ghana wada no mayu sika seme so otoko say wantimi MP twa da empano mu twa ne sisi now bedi owie pe health tips men's health my idea so far so good cause so anity o china ye de bewie memma no ye hwa abom ho ban no manyini ache ehunu mo nananom ene nkan so anyina yenkomra padi to so
Mesan ama wakwa Badwam TV betwem ana woni go so a wo hwe na preview do semede awokensim ansama bro asadakase enkoma Franco Trading Enterprise yes then I'm kind and the beer maker say from 3rd to and on the 10th and then last day no one shake na say minimum ko twin ko no ma biem na sales na kosoro nti no bibia obepia say phone say fridge then and up oni om call na bibia enkoso informal house na charismatic anointing ministries medium ho ensam ebe bro mo na djuma kwa na no pay amaso ma sene sem fa hokinsem ensam bro nim say okwama no ne ensam ehuru ye oba man kana mso a ensam ehuru ye mitin etenya me pa Bernard paribotwen hase emfi obi man so ne nhwede ye koso ewo ho anra and the second semi-finals of the club FIFA World Cup second match no etoja na enye fidia groye Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid the Galacticos and the Pem so na we can see no eba na wie na PSG at Real Madrid sibrom ye papa chomo e kapore and ama Real Madrid beti ba kokra se ka mo de be ye omupredware kakra so no mo ye amfa ama omudinto e kana ya wantimi esi madabraka na mu match ne mu odin na Mbappe bobo na mfa na Vini bobo na mfa e ho na Dembele se hene ha mene membrante na bobo na wose yehye mo na bibia akoso yehwe san highlight ne koya yes no ene copy mo wo bra Paris Saint-Germain at Real Madrid born kana ma yes so hu say ni so dan kre nya bibia ene fedi agronte no pay message uska start 281 option number 4 me uska twa nedi because enemy chow 10 million tete no 10 million and they bring 1000 Ghana cedis tra nedi na bibia enkoso star 281 star 281# ticket back could be a 5 Ghana cedis tra the discount pay now bottom any day because whether no you see there whether no send now whether na ye no send now whether na ye no also nyaka kra bottom be ma so there wonya sika utisi odwanti ntino see amba no so omani abre on person so mo dibi na omo nkoye bra ene David anka David see adom so meja isa there nti omo dem ho agim ti see amba di dodo na nti be ma mo fa ho agim wa so ebe hye esa baby girls no esa no omo ba no mo komechi because kakra ni ho nti twa ne dey start 281 option number 4 Adom TV twa ne di no pay may draw na when this kind of be akoso na yɛmfi club world cup ne consent fufuro ma yɛnda ne mfa nkyerɛ women Africa Cup of Nations and also matches ne no a dodo na eto dwa wɔ bra dia Congo etra ha ma Morocco bɔ ne kanan ɛma team mienu san so na Zambia your former Black Queens coach Nora Hoptel on the Kuta team no watch Senegal bɔ ne kamiensan ma Senegal for team mienu ɔmo ho sɛ Zambia for gyina ɔmo nan so yie papa ntino and then matches ebeto dwa no Tunisia and Algeria and the pem so sounds na Botswana and Nigeria and the pem so into no any match and ebeto dwa Women Africa Cup of Nations that yeah the am and any enfantry fie ni ahwe sama ekoso ewo ho na woda no weni editre fie no ewo Bapa Yara Sports and Recreation Minister Honorable Kofi Adom said in echre ho no mo odin nsem eto dwa se wo se Bapa Yara no asiesie sonko ekoso na bibia ekoso ho.
We will take the report. So critically, the machine to pump the water because the pitch is critical. We have to get clearance from a CAF. We have to do something about the safe zone immediately. So fans cannot in any way have access to the players or to see the government avoided. So there are two things. Either we are condemning this sitting area. So if we look at condemning all these and roofing that watching, it is better to roof than to condemn this whole area because it will be loss of revenue. So we will have to roof, and then of course the bench also. The bench also being the covering and then getting it extended. I think the reserve, the bench and then the safe zone, I think are critical.
Any fanche Ghana by Black Queens na yɛhwɛ de almost almost say cause when we say first match you didn't show bra South Africa chair ball come you know yenti Messi Madabra Canada the former coach I the Black Queens of Ghana I am James Cook who does there to just say mbai one of some boho modern say be a ghost no on betimi a schedule do na
football on here, sorry to say that for the ball across here and a goal. It depends on your movement, often then the flight of the ball in a move to the right positioning so that it may finish here. And you must take into consideration so that the other team is different. So it needs a lot of creativity. And I believe in that. Football is about creativity. On a field of play, if you the player neither, then you adjust yourself to it. You read the game well. You read where your teammates are, where the ball is. Then you move to the right position so that it's a ball on the bar. Yes, able to make finish. A coach is yes, a training on you by finishing, on you by tactics, on you by BBR shooting, heading. But when you get to the field, it's you the player who creativity to do or can team. I believe that the American last was and when they go to training, they will train on that.
Make a form more tagging said the amount and pay ball a go boso na new drew woman and only here money pediano because it's your weather no I style being in a one here new drew and pay for the betu just say weather is here there no cool David into no and this all yare draw and I say in some can for the amount I am more tagging is GB Gubo na be so and the 2025 Wafu Zone A and B Championship and a 20 no air chassis or my gun and prom and I told you the Black Stars Light of Ghana and Nigeria and be fedia grohenya fedia grokra na tia kan oh pram 3 p.m. sharp and I can say no ebeto dwana that's more of a head coach and the Black Satellite of Ghana there to just say way opener the mo mbebo ho modin ye.
No matter how prepared you are, a tournament is a tournament, especially against the first game against Nigeria. It will set the tone on how this tournament will go, but we are ready. We know how good they are. We know how incredibly hungry they are as a nation and as a squad. So we'll be ready. We'll be ready against them tomorrow, and especially after what happened in Togo in the final against them. We know that it's going to be a very interesting game. No, I think for us the most important thing as well is after what happened in Egypt, where we're hoping to qualify to the World Cup. We also have to show how hungry we are. We still have something to prove to the nation as well. that the squad is a very good team, and we've been building on this.
Yes,
for a very long time.
some of this one of edit now him say star 281 ash, star 281 ash. Me baba you draw, director. Shana yeah draw na me na because me say nkofo no mo twa na me wan hwa na my draw now me star 281 ash director. Ma me draw na star 281 ash me be ntini for phone twa because me nkofo no because time kakra director say me ntwa be 2 minutes bi ansa. Na me draw nti mpacho twa na me draw no one catch him say da me pacho nti twa star 281 hash star 281 hash option number 4 Adom TV and e be che osika na be bia akoso and na fan chere phobia as folk a share do ketekana na no na onim say as folk eguso phobia eguso de ka o an has eguso de ka omutie bi na ka be so ba na ensema beto dwane say as folk for former player and Francis Ajete and so asema be boom na also has for the car na kwabna sapon e wan se mu enchiremu.
Glorious Accra Hearts of Folk, Asiedu Ketekenananom, Egusua, Wakun one transfer, Kono, Esanse, and found Sananuya, Wetimi Ekotuya, New Edubiasi United FC, Bobo Kono, Eka, now the one, $70,000, we also my bedu $38,000 in Nechino, Esanse went to me and meet Court of Arbitration for Sport, Cars, one Danlaya, Washadima won, so won to one former player, Francis Ajete, Car, now the Ninti, and they want to me Sani player for Frobia Bu, Sobaka. Court of Arbitration for Sport, Aircars, Ashe Bobo Quimpen for Sir Ebedu, Town Sabosumeda, Atoson Son Wafim Pinu, near Dunimimuno. Now, Sir House of Bobo Kui, Etimetia, Sawan former player Ika, now I know. Now, so Samino Kase went to me entria 106,000 Ghana cedis. Enkane, Yabakano 1.6 billion. No, Esansa went to me entria Francis Ajete Kainti, went to me and Sunny play Bia, and free fee, Ghana, hey, Anampo Amanone, House of Folk companion for ASA, and Enko see Town Sabos. Me de tosudu bako July 11th de nanka branche in 3 tranches wombetua ne ka no amwade won ho nanso Francis Ajete enso ye ne se dabi otiase a enyeye womuntua ka womde ne nyina preko na ye ne disasem yachi sa branche ne begia tumu se hasofo bobo ko ne panimfo womu entua no in tranches ana sempo preko no a waka so obegi no sa na obegi no ye befiri mu ababia no ya ma waso ensi wo ho.
The every film baby no ya man want so and see ewo ho na bibi akoso no na onim say charismatic anointing ministry in freedom time prayer partner and to side for Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays and Wednesdays midnight be our money Bompire Reverend Bernard Owusu-Ansan on Bompire na bibi akoso asemi ameke upe munchire mu bia and so person offer osofo na ne twin come 0244115618 0244115618 na share there on ne Komana bibia akoso area amount e won pai boom na onim say WAFCON minutes ene de de ma oni
Yamau Akwaba Edoba WAFCON minutes.
Ene de yeshe ene amai hodoa wedi dwuma dodo no ewo abibre mu mbabaawa bobo aku kensie kesie eye WAFCON mu mature most appearances na eye omanya omudi edi Nigeria ane dikan omadi dwuma wo WAFCON mu empre mako do 9 14 times na wonechi no amai mienui ane towaso South Africa ene Cameroon won so within Jumano empredu miensa 13 times Ghana netoso miensa 12 times Mali so toso 9 omo akon 7 times na we you want so free wa eye Algeria any Equatorial Guinea ana akon dodo 5 times na Ethiopia any DR Congo any omaya ye from one Morocco akon 3 times Zambia ne Zimbabwe eso akon 4 times Ivory Coast, Senegal, Uganda, Tunisia, and Egypt. Eso akon 2 times. Ana amai who do did this way. Eso akon 1 time each. Botswana, Namibia, Congo, Burkina Faso, Togo, Mozambique, Tanzania, Guinea, Burundi, Kenya, and Sierra Leone.
No any WAFCON comment na yede bro na menya ne ntiase me former headmistress ehwe me yi papa Madam Katrina Akwa former headmistress of St. Paul Methodist Church or Winneba yes na me shiro yi papa na bibia enkoso e ma na ne Mesaka Evans Kwabena Sapon Ewa Hanum, the sports analyst, on him say Nra and at the second semi-finals of the Club FIFA World Cup at Toja Wambra or Chelsea any Paris Saint-Germain and they be finals no kind of I'm saying draw na fa na CCC na kota ta bokuto na to it will be a concern come na me ma wa fa na
no so funny we are the na ko CCC
David atom ntino and no match no final kind of Chelsea to the finals about Real Madrid and normally lose to Paris Saint-Germain 4-0 and it was very huge defeat at the moment in this tournament almost they lose 4-0 that access of the game and now who say
right mamena was say live on Adom TV abuja say you ko ramu FIFA Club World Cup ni mu ever since you ramu quarter finals me ba anopa bia me bon modern the wura game ni mu e ma hu the way e be si akonyina quarter finals all the predictions ebamu now the semi finals so no me catch you say Chelsea definitely they will eliminate Fluminense now Real Madrid and so lose to Paris Saint-Germain and clearly said the party catch you no abam. It's not because say that you analyze the game, or your materials are at hand. And two teams, you know, and I'm check the tactical brains are. Or me adwuma de mo why and a master tactician on the you can say in the day you game you know we have two coaches why and the tactics ebe coming to the party and then all things being equal now the agents so can say okay team way and I'm here obey so clearly another game you know Real Madrid bobo kono utimu say na nya dia omo coach Xabi Alonso Olano obetimi owura Dede Luis Enrique Martinez Garcia Lucho he's seen it all at FC Barcelona na no na time ni wo na me cheche mi kire say 6-4 no na nko panye ka to ne bro Ojibi aside Guardiola any Hansi Flick omo na Ojibi da Guardiola with Barca and then Hansi Flick with Bayern Munich but o check owura we dia Supercopa de España Gerard Piqué Bernabeu Emma red card inti against Atletico Bilbao omo so je 4-0 Estadio Mama me Bariano and then we check his time you know and the kind of players are all you say yeah Real Madrid for no na omuntimi gina firepower no abra on the near so person just 6-4 no now uko remu anu the only miss and no we have starting lineup at na onim no e branch na okoje red card and so omo quarter final game on body tia Bayern Munich that is William Pacho but oni ho a ntifu ni wa pagya for Lucas Berardo came in, he filled the void for them, and now they go bia the eto matinemu. Abrantes, Awas Marcos Correa, Marquinhos, and then the best fullbacks, the best two fullbacks are your assassin so. And so you need to do Enrique or PSG. Look at Ashraf Hakimi, who has been involved in every competition. Paris Saint-Germain this season, Omabo, sending air playoffs, say quarter-final, semi-final, knockout stages. Ashraf Hakimi is there. Nuno Mendes is also there, giving you all the runs, in-swing crosses, the incursions, and the what we call defensive splitting passes. These fullbacks will be giving them to you. And Real Madrid for the first time, since November 2003, Sevilla in the La Liga. And now they are showing about 24 minutes. Now, ultimately, Omar considers 3 goals. And no ABC. Osman Dembele, about the first player since 2002-2003. Oba Beshe Real Madrid, and also involving 2 goals as of 9 minutes against Real Madrid. A child say, firepower, any players now, who are Luis Enrique, Ekurano, and now, Real Madrid company, and again, defensive backline of Real Madrid, and now, Abrante said, in Hoyson, no, Mkofano. Edin free England eba Crystal Palace and no ni wono e ade ba ko etete wo why because Abrante say Raul Asensio padi of late Abrante ni nyeden entim ni Rudiger emombo ni all the time no ba utim say there is some sort of misunderstanding and then lack of communication ensuring you there is no team bonding chemistry there so enu ano na utim say chire hono benyunu looking at the kind of high intensity pressures are ebe free Paris Saint-Germain e dia ba
before we come I mean me try one also enu first 2 goals no defensive error and Asensio and Rudiger and it was
so clearly that particular miss now omunya e wodin hoise hono red card no that red card was needless the guy shouldn't have gotten that red card and massa game we are a big game Eddie Real Madrid but so here from goalkeeping department and compare the attacker PSG and no more the right materials other than Real Madrid look at goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma in terms of say you can say saves on only the 92.3% in the FIFA Club World Cup the best so far and the big games in Nyan so ultimate clean sheet against Inter or Champions League mo almost 5-0 now no more against Atletico Madrid or FIFA Club World Cup almost 4-0 Bayern Munich die almost 2-0 and now against Real Madrid 4-0 it also say PSG players in baby big games in omo
yes
Osman Dembele the least talk about him the better because watch so all the big games on boy or Champions League even in the League N and of course in the FIFA Club World Cup no ni na no oyi ne ho anwa 2 goals on involving home as of 9 minutes game so I think say PSG they were the better side and there's no debate about this
finals no Paris Saint-Germain Chelsea Your take on it, 30 seconds.
PSG are the winners of the FIFA Club World Cup in advance. Why? Because, like I'm saying, if you look at Chelsea, team now, Enzo Maresca are putting it up now. Yes, you cannot say they are not good. When Chelsea are winning a UEFA Conference League, you know, many pundits, connoisseurs, and bookmakers of the game, and I know more say Conference League, but look, team now opening up body assemble, and you're bad. But they need to play together with the inclusion of Joao Pedro, Junquera, de Jesus, they need time, so but against PSG team need the order from the goalkeeping to the attack. Omnia started, yeah, they know what they are about. Chelsea, they are still what trying their best. Next season, you know, but PSG, nobody can stop them. They are unstoppable. And Luis Enrique Martinez Garcia Lucho, if you win the sixth pole and go and you can't say ask himself to the list of Guardiola and that of Hansi Flick, and yet, maybe one. And PSG, Omum, and I mean, we say, baby, a dream. FIFA Club World Cup new format here and buying for the
all right, fantastic analysis by Ivan Skwapina Sapon, the sports analyst, and our then in Musemoto Jania so can say PSG and Chelsea never come finals, and of course, all kind of so no afa and fantastic analysis. We say oh yeah, analysis I was so anyone be here to form now. Oshe game ni now can be via a beam. Even but I say no pay so join them. Inti me draw start to 8-1. Me count it down or me count it down until yen like I say and come more talking is some more and I said okay we are seeing now yeah the me pacho me count it down no into no me try 5 4 3 2 Witra, me who say Witra the idea 1 director me so hey and na ma we biom na ma we na no di na me boa 0240 and only 690 because my man they say but 0240 490 the twice on wo Nanti says 0240 na 0540 no for no me cameraman onama no time mo kra o ochina why ochina message chase cantino that be in fact me chase cano me fear scan e besa che into de gusu atwa me mo abemumbu de enye ma bema abemumbu enye ma bema mpese mu eba e besa de draw back ato 1000 Ghana cedis into na also twa try di because abemumbu de dabi any ho money pa Oti ase kwandi yo won kwantino twa start 281 option number 4 Adom TV and ebeche Oscar twa ne di o twa ne di me pa cho o se me de me se gu me sayem se me srew twa ne di why twa ne di na bibia anye fine farm nti ha ana ba ma won kwa na me de akokensem no SMS na sadakase enkoma motor gede na charismatic anointing ministries and of course Franco Trading Enterprise phones papa no phones ben out TV ben out refrigerators ben out chat freezer ben out no mo twen komo showroom bia obeko bia no e wo ho na bibia akoso wonya bi na sika no sisi ade da form boko wonya me fi ha pe na health tips to us na the fancy doll e the entertainment so ko bro enye free dia grow the fancy doll ene ono na ebesidwa na ode bibia akoso na onim say next month and graduation eba so St. Paul Methodist school ewo Winneba intino bibia bekoso meba ho na me formal school bibia e fine na ya start bibia intino GSS4 and class 1 for no bibia be fine mama why I made him for kukudam and eba na bibia koso ha edeba ma ho kwa na me dia ko kensem no ansem din etenya meba Bernard Padibotwe
Mwakwaba midindi efia amankwa tamaklo nyimfiha makacho se bribia wutwemu baabia se TV radio aye ka health no intune off no krebia na nyewa nanso betimi atie aboa obi edeya ye wo mema wo yefie wo kunu wo brother wo boy bi wiki mu na health men's health ene ye kasadia fa ho mema ne nkomo yare hyehyɛ won ho betia kum saa no ko nso nka kan yange eboa Fasidama endpoint from the party clinic. Ninti ene nkoma yedi. Juada de kosi fiada 5 minutes. Sebe ya obetimi etie bi enu akolu maso. Number ni 0244867068. Na wochi mu so de me am doctor Alifa Abdul Karim for public health. And only yedi sankomi. Dog ya nasi. That's a pa no umbre no wadaje. Ye pese yen share factors can affect man's sexual health. And at what age? And say me man who 7 doors. but ye be more. Mrebe mema omo sexual health it may affected.
That's it. Once seasons of life, come a banner with its own issues, a banner with its own reduction in so many things and addition of so many diseases. Most of the time, a lot of men as lose some age, depending on Nipano stress level, depending on Nipano ejuma or depending on Nipano genetics, and yama baby esisa. Adiyan so esisa pa one of the things is Nipano sexual health, and so esisa a lot. But most of the time, all these factors is eating habits, exercise habits, nina Nipano so way of dealing with issues, Nipano mental health says nina affected testosterone level and all the other things now Nipano sexual health here very high and the sounds affected general sexual well-being and also affected it affected all the other parts of life also and the factors we need implications we now
nti sa mema no omo nyini sa no se be ya enya affected and I then also one more to prevent it.
As I said, undi eduane a very high in protein. I said so nutrition. What are you eating? Are you exercising? What are you doing? Your kasa is I said they be a undi time I obeko gym. One kasa ofi to dumbbell do something that will make you feel. And now ukwan kasa mpo undi time I obeko baby akoye exerciser. Oh sorry, now we eduane kakra o dem kra. Anything that you do ebema some exercises ago because exercise it's not just for health and for physical health. Exercise also help with mental clarity and help reduce depression, anxiety and all sorts of different problems. Into you sure say ubenya routine say even if it's just once or twice a week very important say ubenya sound routine ubedi eduane so we hear supplements so be supplement and I say oh now feel say something is off the best place to go is to go to the hospital get a general checkup my check bibia ma na we drew so we hear we drew but see and one of the biggest issue we have they say solve the problem to say nipa no have a problem with the sexual who say nyama asesa obeko by the roadside na wakoto ndroa onim where it's come from to see obia is selling something that has to do with sexual enhancers very dangerous because unim ya ehye edronimu unim quantity a u take and eventually so unim the effect it has on one kasa organs ehye body just because u person unye that satisfaction in the wrong way mean one ka go hospital be ma we duro and you be who the main problem na yetimi solve but what compare problem for abound with kidneys and livers and all the problems we have we need to as I say more careful with whatever we are putting into our body because your body needs just once. Yes,
sir. Any ocha you better also na ya share you bodybuilders and also said you want this substance if you can hold on more health na so ocha sabre ya wadaruma ya sa kan ye ho fa sedama endpoint homeopathy clinic we are nko dia doga ya krado friend 0244 867068 no show ya bia wontumi a omma wo ha ho da obetumi so a wa ba bidi adanse o tena kwa hoden wo ho a saka ye ho ye betwa so yeda se yesabo akwa ba biem do Badwam TV Badwam dwumade yi eso yeda se pa mra ne adaje a wo de ma ye the health tips and also said mo agi atomu hwetie no eye mfedodo megidi ye so said mo hwe no mo tu ho anamo ho afutuo ne kasa bia ekoso no yentu ho anamo na nyame de ohwe nso da ka ye de no se yenso ye be ye kakra so ho na ni nyame de na hie no ano no ti week mu nyina ho se yakasa fa emema no ho ochina bra kro ya no waka ye ho 5 minutes ne ahwe bodybuilders no so so niema wo so omofa de ni kwa so omofa so atiase Fasedanma endpoint homeopathy clinic 0244 867068 yare nko ade ayenko ho prostate no ye scan ni free wo endpoint inti free number no da kokoye wo de lab do betua kakra sanso na infections bi ha wadwe no eno so betumi aboa wo man yenko hwa wo de mo hwe se bibia ye kama no so scan no free lab no watua kakra ni yare bia ofano se wo personal doctor nso a ebeboa 0244 08044867068 yɛda se nsuo no gusu a yɛ fe yɛ kasa fa kwan a yɛ bedress kama na wo bia nko yɛ mu yɛnya cold ɛmobɔbɔ wa no nso ɛma ne mɛma no so yɛnya hwɛyie nse owie mu yɛnwunu saa no a we yɛ fɛn sɛ kusukuku no ahwe bewie na ebesi October na yɛbesi next year mu na wo nko a mo ani na ho bo ho ban we yɛ ntime nkase gyae ko wonya aka hwɛ ne de you move nti fa condom show ho ti putupuru na ba na ne yenie be komo obi a wafo na obi a especially sa ha na wanhwe a you know pension ones no mo ba no they were in nice all they have a fun I know unity was ankra no stop on cat we no hwe onye and mo mi ani na ho ye mobo ye ho ban ne ade empren rushe bo ho ban ye bo ho ban firi ne ma bebre ho ye nhye no so ye ndress kama ye dress according to the weather una ma anya umbrella kichwa bi ahye ho because nso no ni formula fen sa na wayi na de akata ho raincoat bi a na nso no wayi de akata ho ye hwe ho ye nso tutoyi ene kwala nom na nam ene nyarwa hodo try nso ne samena mewa wo hand sanitizer de ma no mehu na o de robi nsa no ho akama nso ne samena de ma no nyemo na no mu nso weda ne yese ya ye no mu nso ba no mu nso no mo because wonte ehye wo no wonte ma wo num nso ahwe be free mu no na no so de yarwa fofo ye try ne no mu nso aye warm water nso mu o hye kakra no sada atimi ama your body no aye hot that I say so wati min kasa bebre give us nso aba enuro ahodo wo adwama so no ye ni bedi ho nkomo na give us the omma ye duro no mo no mo sa me adwuma e be hwese ne nso adwuma kwan ni bie ma bia but the last time no now mo pepper secretary drivers ne almost say factory workers em watching na bia boko de Dr. Kwabin so ho ye
emi adom ne ho ye pa
ya misra no papa adwuma wo ye employ addition so
ya na da wase ni mo adwuma pa mo ye ne boy
mo ye hwe give us
yo e wo so na no pe ma mema mo ache na mama kwa ba mfambra fidikasie so ene ya no pe ebre we do say give us a center ye ne mo ehia na ye di enkomo na ben say maam ye di kan aka dodo na wa kire ye obeka say basic ones na no betumi aboa ye ma ni pedua no etumi agina brane enti ena no pe nso no ma mema unro aya give us ye nro no aya yanga se ye memu hahama ni dubinani di nsin ya se ni atete ye nananom ekofa eye da sen kofa yi disi jaso eso muchia na ye na adaje ni ho enti no abafu nimdie ani suenhunu kwan so ena Dr. Solomon Kwabi enam so ameno eka so de aye enro no de aba enro ni nyina so no onim so man mu uye dro ansa de beba adwaman so no enam se nipadua no ho hia na nipa nkwa ho hia ntini FDA for na so mo gi no mo ye mu hwehwemu no mo sa anya bia no unro no why ne papa mu ebetumi aboa ye wie ne yasesa ne nyina akomo mo wo de afom fidie mu wo ma hwe ene wo ma ye de wo de afam fidie mu wo ma gi atum sampa eye edi manipadua no ene yarewa hoduo bia ebeba nipadua no mo ntino me pa cho wo koto a mema no eha na momu na ya di kan ne hunu so na hye no so se yare na eha wo no eno ho aduro ena wo koto na etumi ede aboa wo na sane enso ye totototo yi na ye nyina ye kekeken ya ade ba akope na ede ebeba ompatemu obro no ofie wadwuma mu ho mantwa adwa no so bebi a wote no aboantontom ene ekopai ede aba na aboantontom na eno so kopai ede aba no eye yare kese ene wode bebre ni pedua ne sa wugya ho saa na oba ba real anaso wo be kawa na waba di yare ede abre ni pedua no eno nti na ejama medi kan na wonta de hyemu ne wonsiesie mu no ahwe ne ye wo kodwa so enya afi na akọ yi nsa ho ahemache okote wo oba na mu no aba ba real na ode yare akọ brel ekoko ba ne saa na nsem de ntonton no wo mo mfa ho na nsem e condition mu nyina no mo na mu no mo chile no mo fili ekoko ba ne saa na ohun se honam dodo ne nipadua no nkoyie wo ho no mo na se nipadua na ye bufun na se oji hu bia enje bia na wanu mo na ato bia na aduane bia na eno okon bia na ewa na wagbo ato so abe na wotwe eko ne na wotwe mie no be ba cho wokọ na wokọ ye nhwemu ne ye kyerɛ sɛ a 3D emo a ye fɛ sɛ plasmodium parasite ne bi ɛna aba nipadua no mu a ne pa kyerɛ bomodin na bowura herbal shop pharmaceutical shop licensed chemical shop any baby ye ton aduro bia na ko bisa give us herbal mixture enam adwuma pa na adwuma so edi ntine Ghana for any wiase afa na nyina mo amama na hotedin say give us a entontom eda ho entime pa cho se ba ni se malaria anase 3D anase wabo awura eye ayarsabia wura OPD na yare ade koye wo mu ye mu hwehwe mu wie ya yesi o we die eye 3D a anase malaria e pa cho draw we pe na we here eno na ye give us herbal mixture give us a entontom ye den eda ho eno na nchen ebra wutu malaria na wutu typhoid asense nsuo ye tutotuto enuane ahodro bebi akwako didi nsuo ahodro abenum ni nyina no give us herbal mixture yi ebe boa ema etu malaria ase no na esa me boa ma typhoid bia aba ni pedua no mo anasa age ni pedua da boso ase etumi etu ama eno na nchen wo ho no mo awo se osori a asa wa ye mre o nante kakra na se ni pedua na ago uye bibia na se mre o yo aba ni pedua no onu se ni pedua na wo ho no no ni pedua kwa dodo na ne wom eno na eboa ema bre ne edo nyina no ni pedua no etumi gina ne nanso ma ne ye adwuma enti se ni pedua ne ye mre anase ho dwodwo a eso hu se otumi hyemu kina anase u boost no won se ye won kwanmo bi oni pedua no ma na eboa ni pedua no ma ebre ne edo nyina no yetumi di akone aba ekoba enti se anu dwodwo a edro ba kwa wo hia a ebetumi ahyemu kina anase ebe boost no eno na ye give us a mixture unum na ye tu malaria ase no na ese boost ni pedua no ka ye se eva se ka ukita se battery no ano dwodwo a ubeboso aboso a umonza afi de bedu ebi na afi de age ne nsem kura ye ne ho hwe a enyeye enne no won nsunsanso no ase na oye adwuma kakra na wabre ase wo ano aye boho ubeda be sorry na ni pedua ni nyina menu so meye fan ni nyina dakro ejise kinkrin a na hwe na akwakofa ha de abro entu hu sa ne mani nyina na mpacho watu ho na mo ukwa ya sabia ko ye hwehwemu na eche so ni pedua na ye mre yo bi na ba ni pedua no mu a edro ba akopɛ na ohia we ye bibidro hahama dubinani dinsin ene ye de edro di aba eye give us herbal mixture boost to immune system no awoyi mu kakra na wode me na popo se cheche na wa ye no fo me pa cho kope give us herbal mixture nonom na ma ni pedua no ntumi nyina brane won se sa immune system na no so ye weaker anasa no dwodo a ena ya rie bie yi ni ti a na ba ni pedua no mu esa sa wa mo no wa ye bofon dada ni pedua no nche na engina brane enyina ne nazo enti ya rie bie yi ni ti pe wadwe so na woba mentwen e ma ne nkonkosi sa give us herbal mixture enye na wo herbal shop pharmaceutical shop licensed chemical shop eni bebi e ton aduro man kan mu bia bomodin na kopebi nanom na ne betumi aboa eba ni pedua no etumi agina brane e bia midi nkomo yi opa mu bia chensa ahomatrofo no ena egu kasamfo ni neni no na momro eye 0543 222470 0543 222470 me pa cho frɛ na ne awonti ase e bia bro no mpatemu mpeso awoso ena opedro no bi ato ebi wakako to awie mpo na ope kon obetumi afaso anom no ebre ne don obetumi anom na ebacho forgiveness herbal center ewa homatrofo eso na akope yen givers herbal mixture bi na nonom na mmuo na nipedua na edo na ebre nyina no nya hoden na fakọ se na ebetumi aboa na bibia na den ebetumi akonkan etumi ede ama wensu aye givers GC mixture and afa ne capsules when o ko to amepacho o to ni mienu di bomu eye ni nsuo ena afa ne topaye na we no esiesie ni pedua no ema ni pedua kwa na bibia no tumi gina na so ni titru one more infections na na do so ye wonam de wo ho ye wo ne enya no ye ntade emu ye wo ne enya no ye didie mu ene ebro no ne mpate ene edoso ye pante ya na mpese bo na mo ni pedua na wo no no wo se ensakra ye bi bemu na wo se ni pedua kwa no e bia wo oba wo se sebi empampan e bia sebi efi ho ba wa yin fi honom na ensakra bi ba honom a ne pa cho edro ba ko pe na wo hia eno na ye give us GC mixture and afa ne capsules sanso na bema wo na sensuanso bi gugu ahimfi won sebi wo be ma ho na sensuanso gugu prekesene na won ma na nsuo bi tafififi sebi wo be ma na no ba me pa cho ennem yarewa na agi ne pedia ndi aboso infections bi na etete wa givers GC mixture na afi ne capsules bo modena kopa bi na tonanom enu siesie ni pedua no ma yarewa bia se ye nnem de se ye de na wo ni pedua no mo no etumi aboa ema ni pedua no etumi gina ne nanso enti bo moden kopa bi our herbal shop pharmaceutical shop licensed chemical shop eni bi eton duro man gane mu eni ama no ni nyina no me pa cho kwa obenya givers GC mixture na afi ni capsules na esiesie ewo nnem yarewa ebia etetew na ehawo na bibia no etumi akonkan ni awonte ase ni awopemu nchiremo no aye 0543 22 24 70 0543 22 24 70 na woni ye ni nkomo ne kura ma meko me ba cho ebia wa abonte ho na wo pa adwuma na wo ye accountant na wo ye auditor utumi audit ana se ebia wo ye sales personnel na obetumi edi yenu ya kwa adwama nso na eja wakwakoton bi ana se wo pe factory adwuma ya me pa cho akonya no ho ye waso ani bi e wo dodowa ye wo bi e wo keshi me pa cho fra homatrofo na fra yen e wo 0543 22 24 70 na oni eni nkomo na ye ma wadwuma
Kedase papa give us about center na yete won kan adwuma na pio nti mesero fa number na the same number na wo to aduro no a said we be use no afa sa number na wo be free Dr. Kwabi e wo so another woman ni die mo de be je so no acheche oniema enso eni so yenkomra ye ba e beto so me na sibiem ne samu akwa ba Adom TV Badwam dwumadi so na ye kai wo se sikatwa na ubedi o ba kudi ye friend am ze yanya no phone na dum semuni o phone a yetimi etwa de no afa ye friend ya na dum strange pa o ede na de no wotwa na no pa ya we wantwa na nra ye kan ya na wutwa ye wonim pa se ye be friend no phone na dum today another chance nso ho kwesi beba enti *281# option A 4 twa na obedi na udi so wadaroma ye bia homa na ndum phone no na etimi afro na etimi ahye ofofro nso nkran 1000 Ghana onye sika ketwa timi ye ma bebre wo mo adi kan didi bie pen na me de hye me store mu me koto me bade me ma me yare me de kohwe no like utie sa nsem we na hye wo nkran bebre nti no eye so omo dia basa for a purpose twa na obedi utwa 5 cedi na 10 cedi be 50 Ghana wanza machine afa obedwom mpodie nipa na anima so tu try ya bohu anada obi try ya da no try the first time we try ya say 10 Ghana or 20 Ghana 100,000 kulem we so nya Ghana card bia da wo phone so momo number no so nti muncha na mbedi *281# option no 4 ya me Adom a chini fie se unim se nkwa hia beba 8 to 9 Adom ma ya hwe enna ngoda no ma yenum na health de utia eboyem papa menya owura Napoleon Bedu our general manager ma Exodus group of companies there's a new man doso ti wo hwe ani mo ha say dia me say enu no a o say hwe ho yi pa rabido no pay mo ache na bia bokode mo walawo ma yenhwe enuane nuo no a mo wo adwama so no
okay we dem din chiama metiefo nyina ena me papa visionary okra aduma no
okay
Reverend Owusu Benson
okay
do aye won ye ka say Exodus na ye kan about herbal product etu yare ase chronic sicknesses ena etu ase na wa hwe edro we ye ka say moringa ni dandelion
okay
then you talk about Exodus na moringa dandelion de wankasa obedi atum se ade a aban papa na mepe doctor bakwa ana any health practitioner bia na obi a onim aban mo beka se ebia dandelion enya de papa ana moringa enya de papa ene na ye gya ye adwuma ne ye because ade we a eda hai a efe yi a nice package se wonya mienu a e wo fi a e ball ho ban papa if you say me hear research kakra about moringa no say e rich in nutrients and essence what helps to lower blood sugar, supports good health, improve digestion, boost energy, supports the immune system. And dandelion so no as a then liver health, improve digestion, antioxidants, reduce inflammatory, healthy bones, and then what? Lower blood pressure. Into a draw way there, a bad pressure there, a more right values of pressure here, our system, lower your blood sugar. Heart conditions nyina obia na tata obia sebe odantika kan wa bre e ka se bia okọ bi na so hu two story building pan asema ba if you say nanti e ka anything say draw we onoma e boa nipa ko papa e ya chade bia o de ma obi ofie a sebe o tafa cha what na de papa mobile phones na nyama e cheche man ko fo no e cheche ko fo no se ye jai because enkwa ho hia sisi akọ hospital an ko fo de da ho omo yare omo brebre but so unya be say e de mom a what your mother papa because what to mum kwa dem enti Exodus there ye can one of our products major products na Exodus moringa capsule and na Exodus dandelion capsule obia to me no and na dia background kra sisi ade ebo adwene ti ase so kra na ye Exodus breakfast for you.
Okay.
Exodus breakfast for you know a combination of all the things and a way ginger, moringa, dandelion, and away brown rice. Okay. And you're very nutritious and very healthy for every family. I call it 6 months to me.
Wow.
Opinion to me, abrewa to me, obi biara. Sebiota frache. O here eduane bia ebe buana ne nipa dua be fine kama no obetumi ano. Enti no me nua ba ade we de fie bia mu de e wo so bi ne bi. Na we de ye papa nkasa wa ya de nkasa testimonies are titi wo ho no enya sem keto obu wo ho na sebe e bia nduo no ontumi nnom ana e bia ontumi ennom capsules enti obetumi eyusu we na so open papa mu pa de amene beto nchia se eduro we no obefa anopa obenum we 2 dandelion ni 2 moringa ni 2
okay
onum wi a 1 hour chi ansa na wadidi
okay
na obedidi kura nso a obetumi anum Exodus breakfast for you ni bi
teno anu so yeti ana ye ni koko
it is a koko it is senior Tom Brown tina
okay
Exodus for you breakfast there obia tina amoka koko na we a obi kura na say no obesa kakra bi po we it means ebe 7 for 10
wow
obedi mu 10 times ansa na asa
hey
uhu ne sana etupa ukosapi a untumi enno
abese kwa
ukosapi a be half say mama ndi di ande o next door dey bade so money bi
abese kwa
eti e ka say Exodus we products in there enuni we have more eba ene de ye time kakra mo say bi hu ewodwa so na we de ye de e wo shops
nti no Exodus moringa ne dandelion ni nyina ye capsules
mbato nyina ye capsules
okay
capsules
ba ye ni nsuo de wo ho
mbato da bi
okay ti nsuo de na ne de oba ni koko no okay then no ye timi to no baako
oh da bi a twin product
okay
won minya sure say okọ shops mi kura mpo na say opese oto baako mbema but say opese say bia o fight e bia problem bi wo system ni mu dia ene de obefa mienu no
okay
na me na me ka say me ni baako no tu ntia say senya ya pack ni say 3 no ene na baako no be hia baako bia no onoma e be take ni 1 month ansasa because 180 pieces ene wom of capsules no enti onom mienu we mienu anopa 1 hour echi ansana wadidi no be na anopa ewia enumre na se owo ebia doctor de obi ato eduro bi so a se bi ontumi enjai a enje sani pakro no onum we ni wi a 1 hour echi no obetumi anum doctor do no ense hwe
okay
obi atumi no enye se obi a obi yare a ansana se bi wotumi anom aduro wi obi wo ho a ebi ahwenye no obetumi anom na de ya ne se obi wo ho te ho hwe no ho feel say oye very healthy oye okay ahonde no wo ho na so ebi na oyare onim enti e advisable say obefa bibi say na wanom na bo ho ban nkran because testimonies ayete no ebu adwene nti ase so na no ye obi frɛ o say na ne pressure ha ne papa enti for some time you be introduce you do we tire no ono me no beye 1 month na onko hospital enti na doctor ne kura ha no enti one day na doctor ne friend so ombomode nombra testimony abeka just 2 days ago say ni ba ko ne bo na me so me bo enti o say okoye na doctor say I didn't know about hospital na o say enye bibi njira but eduro bi na wanya na o say sa en ma me check o check ni patient it was okay enti o ka je ne say eduro be na so no me na o say exodus na say congratulations yeah, that ministry. Also, doctor, no congratulating no on oje ye do no and oje number no. So be free. So no so be febi. Enti me challenge you be how or fight sugar diabetes, blood pressure, obi a ne na tata, obi a owo challenges or nanti kaka no abre heart conditions. Me introduce we man say ombomodia na onnom. No cause at least o de onnom 3 bottles if mama for 3 months. Okay. Obedi adanse ni bi. Ono so be frɛ obeda mase kra because if papa no so no sense o yes ofo nti no. Ono so ogyana nan so pa obom paye make sure say edrowe ebetimi asan nti ho effect no e na yenya de bia no. Wan kan be ka che o say.
Fa na ye benya bie.
Wan kwa be ka che o say wo so bomodian na tobi nanom. Onnom a wo so wa betra TV so edi adanse ni bi. Okay. Baby bia ebenya bi no tema. Tema I call Little Georgia and another watch you ubenye bi. Okay. Takra de India pharmacy. Carlos pharmacy. Christ is the answer on subenye bi. Kumasi Freddy Men's Misty and a Colenac in subenye bi. Accra Okanshi Drug Lane. Keso Moa and a Tinatet Herbal shop across the globe in Ubenye bi. And a Mankesim so Jeff Herbal. So we are now on Facebook. Okay. Handle near Exodus group of companies. Okohonswa ubenye bi. But also here nchechemu bi na wo hia bibia e fa do no aboso hu a obetumi afre number we 054444 4 ne 4 quadruple 4 7033 mesi subiom 05444 7033 ana say 0244 162307 0244 162307 ofre a time bia be free bia ya dampo a e beje wo so.
Okay. Time breakfast there no. Nti ye din breakfast ana ye betimi de ni ada.
Oh okay, time bia obetimi edi. Eno ane say open say o keep you healthy. Time bia eduane. Obetimi edi na nopa ewie numre time bia but odi a fine because of the properties involved no. Onuma eye.
Say sisuma ye biemu say onomu a wana ansana
Ansana say ubednuma edone eye twin moringa exodus moringa capsule and na exodus dandelion capsule no ubednuma ubefa we mienu na wafa we nso mienu okay na wanom onuma 1 hour echi ansana wadidi ubeye na nopa ewia ni enumre okay na onumedo no so bomode na hwe wodidi mu yie yes o wi na sade nam na no ate ho okay ubehwe wodidi mu yie kama now you say 3 months na ubedi adanse a wakasa kwa beye woma. Okay. Sama number ni bi 0244 162307 0244 162307 and 054444 7033 05 quadruple 4 no ye anan kwa 7033 ofrea ye beje oso
ya da se papa ora bedu na wote no enkan no enti Exodus group of companies moringa ene dandelion and wonde ayedri kama ti wo de okọ internet na so wa google na hwe eso mfa so wo se be ya wo ba beje wodi yenkomra de ba ebeto so my na CBN ne mo akwa Badwam TV Badwam na ugu social media fia amankwa tamaklo afena ode ato ha meda asenyi free ha netie yenkomo we nso ebeboa ye nyina pomode de ehunhia edika ka kira odada se nene bosomi ne season we mu no emu onwunu awono egwomu ti amofra ne kosko ye nrese won mo fine mofra ntotofe won ya wo mo ye nrese won mo fine kata won mo eho se be ya omo nkonya cold bi nkonya ayi respiratory infections enom ne ade eni die mu aye be se ye nrese kama pa emedi maba wasem mewie me admission bi amaso shentade a emu ehye so ho be kava ho ne ade na eboaboa yem pa o dress fine I want to better the about so much. And watching so no one say we kusuku we are no more. The day I will call bedo. Mr. Obo who buy per condom show home. Now they are born who buy our food in yes, sir, pension baby in the door beba. Then I am here who ye pa na emwa. Nadom heba sentence so na be abna aje nedweye. Or the eba be film. Whether I say no infection in Chiamu dear day. So that draws on Lucy and walk. To any day I fire be to a seal. To sona munye she. Go on to me hang a one thing. Hang a crazy so good so follow. To na a moya shanty. Bacteria be a war, no kuna my end. See a baby away no, a baby season women. Nothing infection baby. My run crave for a senior. A man get one who's or yareka crack and you move in so but infection. Tia hwe hu ye pa abna ya na se ye mo akwaba na dom heba center ye nti we
na ye mprenifo kwa na kata ye ti ma je nkola no ti mestre so mu ko school kata wa sunye awo we
awo ku abna nti men tina performance
me da wodi me mpekura etumi mi ankasa
no ba wontem
ai
twade ne
ebusia mi di chakese efi na dom heba center ebre obibia o hwe yen na onim se weda no eyese ya eya na manfo kotodwe no musisi no moto ase de friend sese ateka no fi ha sateka nerves no kotpe mo na ase no obi de tumi twetwe na woje no ho anje no pay de ntia me sha ase fi no ka me fa ye no mami ifu kan mate isi koso ni mu twen na sa no otumi abetina ase ni sisi ni kotodwe ni pa ba kofo ade o sister we da ni say dia sa ona me bresa ntia dro bi na me che no so nkoto wonso no pay machiro enti anopai se wo hweme na woda na start ye waposo ye wogya oju ho a enji a eye nadom garlic bitters eboa esese ni pedua no ema mogya tumi die frusane yie na nadom herbal center ye garlic edro no hu ye de afan fidie mu eyi garlic mpampa nyina e de afrimu ye mpeso benum aduro ni bewie na ukọ adwuma mu na wupia kokaso go bi so obi abehun se wanum bibia garlic wo se garlic enso de ano edim pa enti no na dom herbal center atena se hu se ye mpene santi no ye yi mpampa na yedem e de free mu na so ahodinduro ayego ma wo se boa na siesie ni pedua no se se phosphorus magnesium zinc vitamin C and K ni na wom a eboa na esiesie ni pedua no boni pedua no ho ban enti anope wo hweme whether you start your oju ho anje ukoketa so kura ntumi nda opreko ha no apreko ha ubada ba so na honam ni na ya wujja bo modern se won sabeka na dom garlic bitters bi na mbo na nsese ni pedua no obu obeka so mensa anase menan eya na ya mititiriti eya moja na ntumi ndie frusan ye yie eni nti na ya na aba ne sa no ntano pesa wo hwemia modern se won sabeka na dom garlic bitters bi ebehwe aboa na eyisa ha ni na efi ho no mo ede ama anya se de bia infection kwa ne edru kwa ne to nya infection kwa do ne ton sanso na ewo menstrual pains edru bia de etiti bia no fabada na Adom Herbal Center ye behwe na yape wo ha no ho pomasibre ede amount na Adom garlic bitters no eboa emamugya edi frusan ye yie ewo ni pedua ni mum na anim se ni pedua na nkasa no eye immune system no wahu eno ena kite ni pedua no se break it down a yade bi ekwa eba be krawo we de aye say ebia besa ho akọ ansa na ewia bebo no na wo de homaje wato hospital mesra went na ho ma na nyansa bo modern se won sabeka na Adom garlic bitters bi fa ye wadru a wo benom wo wadru bi a wonom dada betuma anom ne mo betuma sanso ayedem anom na Adom garlic bitters no e de aka ho na abo asiesie ni pedua na be boost immune system moja be die frusane ye ye bibi kakra na wa bre koketa so antumi nda bo modern se won sabeka na Adom garlic bitters bi e behwe aboa na eyisa ha ni na efi ho no mo e de ama me nua bobi obeka so mi ale kakra pe na ma bre na makoma bo me pedi na meto ase hyehye na mensa na se me na aye mitititi na Adom garlic bitters ebeboa na eyisa ha no efi ho no mo e de ama ye number no e 053 11 56 556 053 11 56 556 pharmacy shops and herbal shops no kwa ubina na Adom garlic bitters ne bi ato ewo ho sanso na yewo almighty small but mighty nafa lady clean ay 100% natural feminine hygiene wash emano mudieni eboa sesi ahemfie ho eyi fi sebe ne nkeka wa ne infection ni na efi ho no mo edema enti sa ahemfie ho no mo keka wo enso abegu ahemfie nsuo egu sebe nsuo na egu no eden kambone enanam a menua ba entena wo na enye nhwe han bo ho moden se won sabeka nafa lady clean bi na nhwe mboa na enyi sa ha no enfi ho enfa ema wonye sika enfa ni na entonku papa nsra enfa ni na enkoto rega kese enfa nsra make sure se obebo ahemfie ho no mo so de e ba mo sister bi wa dress shepe kama enso ze mema ne ba no omko ade entia rega kese no e be attract them we skin na to so no men are attracted to what they see the ohunu ena betwe no aba ne mo ba ho na se enkoyi a sister obedi udoko no kwa waso be ye hye ema sa hawi ebi mfa waso achi make sure se won sabeka na fa lady clean se nete asa wa hye kama to be hye kakra egu asa wa nim na odi ahya ahemfie ho bebu esiesie ho eyi se benka na enso abegu ahemfie no make ka no ebe sa haw ni na efi ho no mo ede ama se na menua ba eka ye weda nda no emunya koranti panties na anda we ne die ebe dem pa se bewo nti misra wusi a me hye ne sa to so kakra ansana washe na mboa na nsiesie ahemfie ho oba anya oba wa dress kunta na mabonto nya no nko na kire so wo ye oba o oba anya oba wasiesie ne huhu na mani na ahemfie ho so ye den ekoyie mama na obi apade ye na eden nka wo bi ho a ne ka eden wadan fo kra se bi okasa gu so na se bi nka wo mu a ne ka eden asa na beka no ba dwen wo ne ka eden o enti imagine the mema ni fem oba ahemfie na se kan bofa no so a call mabium no be that question obi otie kura no ogbo na ka wo wedre ne ho and I say dey bia dey shake class for no be hotel bro chedo nya be for dey bia dey shake class for no mema no mba no mu nko no na maami bi na ye no ne fiefo bi na ye no sister check ho hwe make sure say won sabeka na Adom herbal center ye nafa lady clean and ye nafa x-ray mixture ne bi na mo asesie ne pedua no obo be ka so oh me ni infection uni infection asesie ho ne wankasa no so wonna mo na wo say ah wankasa no infection bi enime ho a e boost confidence level wankasa no you know your worth till wonni mama you allow in your circle you know the men you allow in your life till so make sure so be sese ho na wa ho sese no edimu na sipi na sita hwe so wankasa wudi dwana say da then I water from sa wusa no to me quite the chance no you place ni butu na water free sa na mema no obukwa hemfio na so ho no mo eye kama wono de tea ko no de ko what I say sa pepe na che say sister oye neat enti won say wukun no ba ho na partner no ba ho obaye no ho obagirejiro no ko sheda anya ni omayi a sister check ho on fa ni tea nko show mema no ke bi won ma so no be start no sheda ade na safa ho na da fa no hena no enkoyi a obeka say oh today I'm not in the mood oboa nka na fi ho ba na so nani nti o ha no ho kura nko ti misro menua ba siesie ho na wa ho siesie no endimo na nsipi na ensita nti no obanyi seti we no kama na afei wanom nafa x-ray mixture and then the capsules nafa x-ray mixture and then the capsules eno no wo benom mpempi no se bibi sha asese da ne ho di e wo ni pagya ni a kana hye no so se e wo mogya ni mu ente se wutu ase enso begu ahemfie ho no mo ekeka wo ensu a egu wugu nsewi na eja won ka no e bo wo kokko se bibi na ede enkoyie e wo ni pagya ni mu enya ahemfie ho no keke efrisro e na eba enti no benyi seti we ni all right na mom no obanom nafa x-ray mixture na ne capsules no na de what system nim no de wo mogya nim ni na aba besene akọ also emani bo beka say oh sister bina minya infection no me call pharmacy na me call hospital no omma me do say me fan shower 3 days 7 days but after that no e coin na sanso ababiom na wo say wonnom na de wo mu no e besene kọ because there e wa ahemfio de na dan de say bibi ye dem enkoyie enti no nta na Adom herbal center ye na fa lady clean so the base na ma ho no ma chai we se kama no na ade ne fapem de ama nsuo egu de ama ahemfie okeka no eno so e wo se ye hwe ne tu ase because we nko anya enough we use we na afi wanom e na fa x-ray mixture na ne capsules no e de aka ho na de tu ase kra ede amama no mo show mo kawa no mo nchen wo oma ye de mo kɔ trips no sister omo nchen wo ho afa ye ma wo ka nya o kawa te medo enka na betna wo so a ama wo jo ho a engine so abegu ho no make sure so won sabeka nafa x-ray mixture and in the capsules na fe nafa lady clean e be hwa boa na etu infection asini na ede ama so wo treat wo ho a make sure say wo partner no so be dem e be treat no because infection e dey wo treat wo ho na so partner treat a obesa akwa akotiti enti no treat wo ho make sure so partner so e be treat ne ho your number no 053 1156 556 053 1156 556 pharmacy shops and herbal shops I will come ha baby ano okwa ubenya yendro ni bi ato na Adom herbal center so enye ndro nko a na yeton yesan so ewo ho ma free advice in the free bibi chire wadwen so why depressed djuma nkoyie ntokwa akakrasi wo fie upo bi ene na che wasema Fabra na Adom herbal center ebejo so na yetie wasem ye ne edi nkomo ebi mu akwa mufra me na edi nkomo ko echa ntimi se ni be ma na enye adwuma ni be ma na ntumi nsore no enye edru no hia efie stress no nkra school fees na adwuma ni position bi owo obi yi na tu akunya ato na dwendwen okokete so ntumi na stress ebetna ni pija no sa obe ma no kura ntumi nsore ntimi ni odi nkomo ko echa na mu se abrantie enye edru no hia ohia kasa ohia obi ni na ede edi nkomo bi won so asika keke no hia onya pe obey okay enti no do fra ye no be di nkomo se edro na wo hia ebe ma edro se ye kasa so na wo se no kasa ye no be kasa na ndie ahoto ayede aba wo ni pedua no ene wo fie me san so esi number no so biom 053 1156 556 053 1156 556 kanasha neso sa pomodin pa wo hoi e ma setena pa entimi do ntena ho e ma yare enje ni pedua no e moso abra na Adom herbal center ye di ndu papa se abedwama so
ya da se papa pa na Adom herbal center abna na wote no enka no freno be sisi a dogo ho na wone wo edi enkomo de edu so akakra na ewiu na fe asemidi ka to so mamboatuma de ahose peno to so sika no beba so live kwasi ba pepepa 1000 Ghana obeginu kulam ashawata so star 281 hash option e 4 star 281 hash option 4 twanisisi na obedi twasisi ya make say abna upia kokotwa na obedi ne simple kra utwa 10 cedi na 50 Ghana one so machine ya pick your number nipa na wo bedroom no mu ntwo omo Ibrahim Mahama no kind of omo sikana ta hodada enti mu ntwa na mu bedi star 281 hash star 281 hash option A 4 twanisisi ne di ye koma mbotma ay krado.
Good morning, akwaba so ko ze baba juma wo sepe jubezedo wi ase da pa o wo fatima ntumechi mam Mr. C o mama compu na oligiji de nwa na aza wo socials no do da ba asa won hey you show that challenge you don't know why jim zan na my sister hey oh show that wo show that mam oh mam hey say no Mr. C ba kuku beyen na enyumi trying the papa o socials no do e ko bia oze ya na zo bia ya na dance ntino senya woza momozna na ya wozi ate ni Shatta Wale new one onye bi strap na medical was about so for the shoulder or e kama papa enyum na ye dey obi az vibe bi ntino maame wa so for cop vibe kakra o TikTok no do mam na medical vibe asem ni ntino me hu some energy bi o London streets no do online DJ bi ya ono ya na why the setup aba no tino onya artist bi na mo be gina do na why bibi kakra ma na feels ODJ e ko pray do na okoye no the you mazonto they just love oh masa to ni na dan ehwe energy o honom won mo wagina on na the way na we have fa no am fe papa into no my ehwe zokodo o abochi hono.
Look at you in that dress girl yeah.
Okay, into no feels ODJ enye no to nyom bebre wo honom energy no no nya sam kakra ba kra o ye kama ye wo Ghana kente na azo nso wo ho na ada nti no o dey tu na ye shine spotlight no e kokotso do is more away from that no mamenyuzi an update bi ati mamobo update bi a rekodo na ananzo eye oye car wash ahụ o wash car ahụ na oze artist na za wo release nyom no wona nyom ota na wa vibe na energy no ye correct the way on robot to nyom no bi wo wa na nyom no be yo so the way I bring na ba fa nyom no botto nyom no lyrics bibia on point energy on point na ye dam wo socials no don't know na nkofo enyo no ho kakra na azasisi wa ma enyiwa aba na nzo ho papa enye ede oze Davido ne nyom with you no oze vibe na oze vibe we no na Davido abepe na asem papa o chirem no mu abreni sika na ze nse som twitwe na update o da munsam no ho yi de ye hu de Davido wa ko comment abente ba na ne post ase de sisi arazo o to obodra pa azo be invite mo aba Nigeria nti no Davido enye no o say my man Nanzo after tour I go send for you come Nigeria and yehu ni no na yenyu age papa example because yenyim pa de the trip is over ko ba no na life as cry because Davido say or very kind and near me papa and it's an opportunity for him the botuna was spend a day with him superstar papa world star and Nanzo obi o wash car nyame etuma asere wa che ne dem ze o e kama papa nti no say epeze we si wo dem nsam no mu a bia na wonyoze abrete be na extra this is new ze yehu o socials no doing nti no ye hwekwan de Davido ebotum na wa ba frɛ no akọ na ye no beje chi do bokọ do ho nyina no e ba ma waso ate na yewo industry ayezi industry ho nkomo nti no and me hu ne video be of Shatta Wale or there's a podcast conversation bi na worry na or chimpa de industry mu so ka obi a wetum waye no mboa pa de bi a onye hwie kro botum akọ no wode mam bibi kakra na oye tiny because time na onye hwie no na tiny hye na chiye papa nti no na o big tiny up me yente de mu nkomo no so na yemra.
And I was feeling so comfortable and I wasn't misusing it, you know. I remember some time ago, me woman first.
Wutim zunzun wuske me rebe na chi nyina no enchehwe obi ambo zin wo baby I was a good name is better than riches mami e wo bia na mo bibi ate ale pe wo bia membi ate maso mo bia mo obi ate ale pe wo mayen dodo ye ho e wo bia na ase no nyanko bi cause binum name papa ibi na ndo otin ho ye okata ni na asem anytime any day the way am nyim Shatta Wale do lawyer no set I need hia no mboa eboa obo respond into no big ups to Tiny the nas papa de na ozizien chairman mu a sisi a chairman na so jana na ndo na so zizin kofu mu adam no sada brabo no ko ye atasa no Shatta ye das papa dey throw them lights no is the amahen na in the Thursday into no ma moon throw back akra na was say me okay was me as no mama mo control backs kakra na back in the days no hey na I was nyum na say una rap no che de tuma esua nyum na esua rap na aka ho e da kra no wonya da so ma me ba rap my ma e botum na a rap into no da nyum na azini bi no ma fa bi a mzebro okay met this girl up in the club where hook up axi name R2 beats what nyom I demand no yeah enjoy kakra name ra into no sakwa de obede pon obede nye no se boga na oye done boga de bi makaka ma oye ntu wonke yo boncho when you want to from my hand e am time no na kofu tutu kwa na de enyi mpo ebisa manga sisi o se dey say ezbo back o because sisi ano is in season papa kofu tutu kwa na na sakwa de no rechem de masa boga na kwa masa hwinyim kofu I depressed wa brochi but na Ghana dey am time na space to space aba into no you secondary school apa na telecoms free wa for wa she baby na teaching bi kra na ele o better so no you was a man I na mo sorry do but I'm throw back bishop obi nyim na sem bi okay me wo dey cartoon free what I cartoon bi na awu say asama acha but you throw back into yente na embra
na obi was down papa Jesus tell the first was send me real
She said the baby was for you. Let Jesus woman change him. Let me give a Ghana. I'm saying handkerchief. Also for the team between Daniel Boa. We never done what the cow. What by my name last week? And all the cow problem my channel sister. My name Papa Jesus Beba. But me Daniel Boa Naba. Me call me dancing. And the Jesus Daniel Jacka. And such a young darling. And you say pin for the neck Carmine. You rather one of your normal Carmine. It was not like a broke Carmine. Moving and one of me Carmine Casa say, Jai, and you will be. Who's a bishop? I want to tell you, Palo. Jesus is so that name, or no Jesus. And Jesus I just was so name. Maybe I will be in the Caca better than your boy. Because you know your boy. He had a trust and so.
It rather for Yabro. Rather Yabe. It's a best will chrome hapa. Hey, that's on some sort of what? Hey, until you. Weba, so this would be you.
Now, Obi was down for Papa Jesus. So the first was something for real. She said the baby was for you. Let Jesus woman change him. Let me give a Ghana. I'm saying handkerchief. Also for the team between Daniel Boa. We never done what the cow. What by my name last week? And all the cow problem my channel sister. My name Papa Jesus Beba. But me Daniel Boa Naba. Me call me dancing. And the Jesus Daniel Jacka. And such a young darling. And you say pin for the neck Carmine. You rather one of your normal Carmine. It was not like a broke Carmine. Moving and one of me Carmine Casa say, Jai, and you will be. Who's a bishop? I want to tell you, Palo. Let Jesus is so that name, or no Jesus. And Jesus I just was so name. Maybe I will be in the Caca better than your boy. Because you know your boy. He had a trust and so.
Bishop Daniel Obini in those days no nyasem kakwa ba me sure pa de ke ma me ke so ake kan sem bebre nti no ho you know throwback na makwochokwe meze abroad no mo sorry masana me jaw another one he why the trotro driver bia no fin kuma so ro bankero to fin kan kuma so na nka no zi ja passengers no or chere rules or card mo you must obey. Me de beja wan sana manda OPD ase me na papa ono no boy with production Richmond producer papa me da ase na Damara na Mark Weber na our director of productions here Wobe Kofi Ampedu Stefan and our son who some na zini na azamam na Thomas na Masa Abraham na wojina wanando wa hadi awe camera me da na papa nya me show one na me da waso a ejembre ni me yi no so nya me insure papa nya me adme be san ye hia tira me ke no Morocco, but me jo dem video yi. Share na so kakra.
Driver me patro me pesa me twa de. You bet na mo atwa de. Driver me patro me pesa me yebo. You bet na mo ayo hu yi. Odo pay de opa we twa ya de epa be ya de epa we nim ha. Me chigolo attack be sim patro ma me peti ngu ka ne simpo. O ba so agosi better you akono. O pe ka papa fu. O fu ka papa so na na ba wa tete ka we na so. Michigolo attack the same patron. And you found the team who can and to think that some from who can inquire around Vanya can Nancy go before can was if from now and Abra. To see our buyer go or chirp him for Kawi and yes, I will. About time for the voice, see about no Bob Pampers, for the bad man. After to find no or throw cap and we guess patron the Abba. Safari or one of the two. Patron go for the Canada of you. Your bulletin by one map. We see for man out 1 year before. Let's rock away. One more to some year, you know, for good number 1.5. And the 1 million to Sama, the office near the 50 is now for Rockasa, the buy. Can't with your pepper, but I want your man of politics. And there will be hands to be. And there will be as a one friend. I 1.5 I come in now, friend, and come on, Yama, Marco. The who I'm coming now.
How so? Nanya but tre.
Driver me patron me pesa me twa de. You bet na mo atwa de. Driver me patron me pesa me yebo. You bet na mo ayo hu yi. Odo pay de opa we twa ya de epa be ya de epa we nim ha. Michigolo attack the same pattern and petting who can simple. Buy so I will see better. You are one of Opeka Papa, Ofuka Papa, what to take away and Michigolo attack the same pattern. And you find petting who can simple. And to think that some who can inquire around Vanya can simple before can was if from now and Abra. To see our buy a go or chap him for Kawi and yes, I will. About time for the see about no about pampers, for the bad man. After we took one, no up or frock up and we guess you. But on the other, Safari, I'm not at all. But you go off, fully can I don't know if you your bulletin by one my bed. We see for man other 1 year before. Let's rock away. One more to some year, no food number 1.5. The 1 million to go some at the office near the 50 is now for Castle, the buy. Can't with your pepper, but I want your man of quality. And there will be hands to be. And there will be as a one friend. 1.5 I can't come in. I'm on Fernand Kamaki, Marco. The who I'm coming now.
Council, Nanya,
Yema yewunyina achi me ho akwaba emfa emra Adom TV bedwem so enie ena ya wada July bosum so ewure mu kakra kakra yekọ ebia fi se ya agudi a yekwa ne se yekwa ne sa eti re bia meka se boshe ya wo hye ho from the beginning of the year 1st January 2025 ebesi enne emu se no atimi achieve susu na aka so obeto no wetimi anya sei asase na aka so disika be kwa akoto ase se no wanya ade kwa akoto ase ebre ni nipa afa ebre eni nipa afa memfa anya agodie yese yetete abete na ne cha no etu de kokko ya agodie a wa ha asoma kwa akofo ase bedidi akwasinsi amofa nche se yetimi afa ase bidika amro Nyamri watch, we have a special edition, special issues here. We are going to talk about it, and I promise you, say that's going to be a fire, ocha. Fire, my catcher says, Shiwa. So, a very good morning to Shamima Muslim, my beautiful sister, my feel, Shamima, deputy spokesperson at the presidency. I wish you all the best. Nyaminka, omo akukuduro ya betimi akoso dia sum o my Ghana. So the before say any abedwafo betina say di nkomo no, how this small thing am person nyina so my ya dwen ho we anya semidika unza semidika mood na different ka be say kanesa na yetie no na mu but ene yen kanesa na yetie me hunu krata bia eye yenwan meko school abrochire won schools na twede amu omo ka kire omo se Ghana bind do omo ka 3 scholarship secretariat inti se wo ko school a o se office na kam no wa utwia untimi ntwia so defer course no defer course na so aba back to Ghana na onye ska betimi de twia office a wasaba araho and Pedomo Kadem says 2024-2025 academic year na started. So now omo deadline omo ma say students omo ntimi entry omo get back to their various institutions no and the 1st of this month, that's 1st July. So it means saying you omo ntimi match as here 8 amount to defer their course. This is also in relation to America for visa restriction omo dey to Ghana so for the next best 2 months he said they said, oh, you're Ghana person call America. There are certain categories of visas here. Ubenya ediako. Now services, the best 7 of them. Yeah, now 3 months. Yeah, near single entry. To say, oko American embassy na say amount visa and na. Aboso miensa and term service and ebiu. But the visa na era America na sa babaka. Don't miss some fan could be. Also sa kwa visa for from. All like first na lanka akwe me obi enfinhia enum aboso miensa multiple entry. Etu konde na aba betim sa de akode sente sa bi ya de mesesa from enura we da me mpaso asemba kwa na me bisa me ho yese yam political figures government appointees. This is not particular to this government. They were also be. But to moment you are in various capacities through presidential appointments. The opportunities that has come your way, how one am I impacted into the lives of a man for year a war or the muamo? What has been the impact of the opportunities now unyayen? Solve some Ghana. What has been the impact in the lives of Ghana this year? A man for saying what to me these are opportunities no Badwam. Nipa say. O party for saying. And what to me Badwam. Tabi ameka say Ghana for yempe ni bebreo. Menyi say Ghana ni bia ne sere so obekọ na oka kire mampani se me de me crew aba pacho ma meti no da bi. Create an avenue. Yen so betimi afa so de anya yesika. That's what it ya Ghana ni hwehwe. Mama ye avenue. Yen so betimi e de anya yesika se ne peno. Let's support our party people. Let's support Ghanaians in general. Mama yen te pesemim kuminya ne so. Why? Party mpenifo. Mama yen te pesemim kuminya ne so. Pesemim kuminya no doso. So too, the appointees of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ask yourself, so before I be free office, now ask yourself, what has been the impact of opportunity na minyano in the light of Omanfo? What has been the impact? Eti nipa edu ehyiawa. Die na be kan dia fa ho. Onye opportunity na support Omanfo. Supporting Krofo. Trebia beto say na be mo nipa na opportunity be say se metwe sika. So beti amay was an opportunity by minister. He said, "Me no dancer. Let's genuinely support a man for. Because a man for now, mo dey frustrated. O mo ne besa dey si form. Me you ko say nyame na duma wanya appointment with John Dramani Mahama, but there be am catch them. Leave a footprint. So u free office now one. Many pankasa ampa akwesiba hanumi obua yenso emanem konkada sa akwesiba hai no no nko abedi e no bedwe ho. Let's support the youth. Any that so nyina no my Ghana failure obie no betimi ayeye. Abiafo atrase ya ba twen komo. The Deputy CEO of Tema PSC Shipyard Ewa. When you are going to book out there?
Oh, I don't know here.
Yeah, the Yamias.
I'm sure.
Yeah, the Yamias. Yeah, na really, I mean, said they make work a crack combat.
Correct.
There now come. So impacting to the lives of people there.
Because yeah. Na yanchia Ghana for
that.
Ano pay baby bia obi ahwe mfiri pa mo fidi ndi akwachi. Ya mekacho se okọ ya half ne bono mu a Adom TV dia ano pay baby Adom TV. Ti menchia half fu nyina.
Omojoso.
Na ya president so dia ya yi Alhaji Collins ada. Na on the Edu half Republican. On you Eric Opoku, a great minister. Papa no obo adwuma. Ya mona baso ene hyehyɛ a ɔde egu akwa mu me de ana me kai feed Ghana hyehyɛ na ɔde egu okra na mani age kama enti no ya mo ma baso me regional minister so bo adwuma
okay
ba pa charity gardener
na
ye no nyame ya Adom president mama PSC Tema Shipyard ena ɔde ato na me mfa kwan so na me nchia adwuma efo nyina ne me boss ankasa Mr. Alhaji Osman Sulemana. Yen hyehyɛ ene anamontu a yetu ewo PSC Tema Shipyard no. Ye friend say come and see. come and see, because it's one of the sectors I call ya no kwasem ni see na enema atweje jemu ewo na o hwe se de ye ba ye tontotoye na ye hwe se ye beboa na ne titru emabunu benya dwuma te se de na wo bosui se bebi a ya paw ye se ye nkono de ye na afufro nso ye de anya so mfaso ye buta ye nyina ana se PSC Tamashe Piada no ye been one of the key sectors are you creating employment for the youth and generating revenue for government. Because, yeah, Nyamiadom, ye ban a big brain mamma, ye can shipyard. Ghana, ye know the biggest shipyard in West Africa.
Yeah.
I was so mad in Yason Faso. I mean, come up building with two main purposes. Number one, say I'm going into major ship repairs, maintenance, and services. Now, the biggest is to be a center of shipbuilding and fabrication in the sub-region. Into a certain machines, your friend saying, yeah, yes, I shipbuilding and fabrication, but it be seen there. But in a main charge, yes, President Mama, the manifesto, you know, the question we say page 72 of the manifesto say, Obeboa, we are go into the shipbuilding and fabrication. And the good news, I mean, the better one, said, is our legacy being. At the end of the 4 years of tenure of President Mama, any NSU administration, we want to see a Ghana that is into shipbuilding and fabrication in the sub-region.
Okay.
And no, and I'm on two energy ya. You go so ya. No kwasem oba. The good news is that we have started 24-hour system at PSC Tamashe Yard. Ni nyina say ye ba ye no. Na 3 major problems na wo. Na omo service omo the ships e ba ye hono ma ye mo dwuma ni nyina no omo nyina adwane ko Abidjan Senegal Nigeria and omo ko service omo ship die ntia previous management no na ye basa ye were 2 main docking centers and na my be a biggest shipyard in West Africa. Bigger one no the ships near wa kese and ye won ketwa into the fa kese na pa ne size ye be 277 and the fa ketwa no so ye be 105 meters. Now the fan ketwa na most of the vessels ketwa ne ba hono no kwasi ye ko na shutting it down for 3 years na nya dwuma tie de hye ko gu akwam no bosomi mienu pe ene de fixe ye fixe wie no first vessel aye ho dwuma na ye gapo a vessel.
Okay.
And as see am no ka say ye ne ya second vessel as I room main vessel a dog na eso no me no ka say versus 2 eneguma ye ho adwuma sisia versus 2 essence was standby a mo twen so mbe wam die enti na versus ye eba nhyehyɛ ya ye ba ye di gu akwan mu no ene ama wo into the business industry no say ensesa ye aye den aba shipyard enti ye ko ye mu say 3 major problem no quality service and time a wo de ship no obi order na ship ba one man time say boso na wo be ye ho adwuma wi.
Okay.
And now say she pani woni tin ship need to me di be 3 months ebi mutum di me 5 months and sana ya ho adwuma nti e buy near no yemfa 24-hour system a President Mama kan ho asem na emra say de be ya ye betimi ya nti ne PSC Tamashe ya they started 24-hour system.
Most starting that way.
They started no even the week before President Mama launch.
Okay.
Nti starting a week before the launch of the 24-hour.
So it means that we are aware of the policy guarding
exactly 24-hour system.
So with 24-hour economy now more the old staff there and that's my employee.
Oh, Nyamiadom ye ko ye do ono no. Now workers ono be field workers about 20 and then me know cause over 200 field workers any 200. But see, that is the impact we are trying to make. The 24-hour na ye kano. One of the significant impact and say ebe boama mabuno nyadwuma.
Okay.
Hwese ye ko ye na nipa be 20. Then the year starting 24 because a 3 shift system over 200 workers.
3 shift.
3 shift system.
Okay.
It's around the clock. And na job kona for you. Man, no pay bi ma pon mo go fia, e bi ma be take over.
But can omo be your ship can they service get your administrative service?
Oh, say administrative service na ye ni nyina daytime.
Okay.
Until night time ni ye full operation.
Operations, okay.
Until administrative na de ye nya no.
When you start 24 hours on administrative.
But the field work servicing on the vessel no
okay.
24 hours.
Okay.
Until no ye per se ye ma Ghana fu hu se President Mama.
But fashion before some moko and not in service ship.
No, I'm chef. You know, 24 hours. 5 on my chair, on my year, no better cry 8, no mapon.
Okay.
Into Bien one on my year ship. Bamba 24 hours. Thereby, we work in the night.
Okay,
we work around the clock.
I started pay 8 to 5.
5. I be most about 8 hours, no upon 11. No more maybe so about now or Adiach.
Okay.
So that is most of them are in Tema Enclave. And I were some small lodge for or more wait, you know. Into year weekend. Shift to one hours why that is a strategy. You do on us any money, you know, young Cassania creative Sanya, not canteen. So 24 hours. Your friends say, work a free yard. So, outside, and canteen, come on.
24 hours.
Or more did ever honor. It year or more bed daytime. And I won't bed late hour time at 10 p.m.
Okay.
So what I say, and you know, such is any, you know, yeah, they are 24 hours. And you ever say, on Mount for and tears, they say, you can't 24 hour now. And you will trim Cassia.
Okay.
Yes, I am Tamasha Piano, Ghana, Port and Harbors also, and they started 24 hour. Ewo honoma. Me more director general, Tanya Abaso, me more director of port, Mr. Zuma Tibon. Ejuma wo modi nhihye amoso de agu akwam no and na amafo tumi yi niam anajo e wo port ho.
Okay.
Many who can say first and I want to be clear when your manager. We were here near money in administrative yaman area, so custom for you and I will you on my pound. And then Gapua, I'm out for clear money manager. Okay. 24 hours. No, you started air cost work.
Almost administration here 24 hours.
Yes, administrative that custom for the first and no more yet manager. To say, Omoye manager. These are some of the issues. Yeah. Ye pese ye ma oman for nenti ase say edwuma ekoso appointees ya okay hweme nua Sami Jemfi lawyer Sami Jemfi how are lawyer Sami Jemfi transform me gold board ene president anu muto say sa gold board yi na ama yen dollar no aye hata enkan na president bi ka say ye see na ye hata aye dollar no na aye hata so ni nyina na say enhyehyɛ ye pa anamontuo pa de yewura lawyer Sami Jemfi eye uko MP lawyer Eduji Tamaklo ko wayi ye minua Malek Basintale share all the agencies you emaguna ye pa yes ye na agencies
what now circus mo
oh ye mean say ja ye nyina ene afoforo bibire so there are several agencies I cannot even mention.
Aside opposition at PS who's holding any party position?
Me a member of the national communication and when it comes to the placement team Adom
it won't hold any official position.
Oh, no official.
Okay,
no
so I'm
official.
hold the official position. This is overseer newspaper. Yeah, credible.
Was it
NDC to sack party executives in government? So let's the pictures were by the George Opare Ado, Sami Jemfi, Baba Jamal Kone, Prince Mohammed, Johnson Esidu Ketia, Theophilus Tetechai, Augustus, Andrews Nana Kwesi, Eric Ajay, and Afek, Richard Kofi Esiedu. So let's
almost saying how from government or from the party?
No, from the or say and is to sack party executives in government. Okay. So this is the story.
So they will lose their position.
The ruling National Democratic Congress is preparing to enforce a directive requiring all government appointees who also hold party positions to resign from their roles within the party. A decision that is already generating controversy and resistance across various levels of the party. The move, according to credible sources, has been endorsed by the party's political committee, factional executive committee, and a council of elders. It forms part of a broader push to separate party structures from government operations, which proponents argue is essential to restoring internal discipline, focus, and organization strength. This proposed policy comes in response to growing dissatisfaction from regional chairmen who feel they were sidelined during their selection and appointment of government officials after the 2024 elections. During a recent meeting at the Jubilee House, the regional chairman called for an emergency National Executive Committee meeting to formalize and implement the decision. So this is the position of NDC and Penifone. Say we a party official. Yeah, what J appointment.
Almost see we from one.
Or say according to this paper, there was a functional executive committee. Also the political committee, functional executive committee, and a council of elders, and Ajiatum. So now say a chairman, Eco-Share President Mamano, and I'm calling for the emergency national executive committee for the implementation of proposal now of the bind. Well, say it's either you choose between your party position or your appointment.
Well, like me, nyanya official memo bia na communicate bia to this effect. Okay. You know, a bit me about say, oh, you know, say I want to put me pedal.
Yes.
And sometimes yes, ni be adwuma.
Okay.
Sometimes yes, ni be.
So we will be anyone we see any actually.
And you know, for now, no, I cannot say that this is official.
But assuming say if it's true, will you support it?
Oh, yes, I support and I support it. A party take it decision, party take it decision. You will have to comply. Okay. And you know, say party no any omo hihye mo hu say halfway abamu adwuma a wo mayo no ma omo ntumi nya party adwuma no ntino e wo say nya replacement wo party adwuma no yomu a me makwasi party decision, and then the highest decision making body said your kind council of elders, the FEC and the NEC
political committee
and the political committee nto omonya de sa decision we nya ba out we all party members we have to just comply with that ntino nya de me tima ka say ya
na say we shall be bring na be opted for political appointment no
hey I go see as a man okay say party junior I don't know why you had the power ntino what say waba power no video party power ma me mo menua Mohammed Suparu Abaso menua pa
for the appointment
as deputy minister for communication. I believe in his competence. You're not President Mama say MP for Sisala West. You're more President Mama.
What about it?
Sorry.
Me as MPP Mboko.
Nyame adom bia boko me ba na miti wakasa ye pa I mean amfa akonya so na me nchia ahwefoni a bebia we fidi kese kodu bia me nchia me party mpanifo a fiti polling station level ko si national level na me nchia me boss His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baomia ya meka ne senya kupon hira no mbone ho ban man na meni akwesi me ba na miti wakasa ye in fact I say day in day out in the kai, especially the young political appointees, and it's opportunity no menyana. It is for the greater good of every young person in this country. It is not for just their families. It is not just for their friends. It's not just for people within their political party or outside their political party. I will say all manner of persons, irrespective of race, religion, tribe, gender, or whatsoever. In Tinami, they say what this assembly too. I think say idea time be na wo say yetimi e kai omo bu ono mo nya to me ne kakra ne rate me fi ne ho be o free ba. Sure. But even though I am very young, I have seen a former minister sebe odi ni minister wie no de obedi kura after some time ne eden. I have seen a former MMDC here. They say no be control station bi watechiman no oni bookman for na prayer akonya ho. So I have seen a lot of political, people who could do the top because of how they don't manage themselves well. And they should also remember, say, politics is not Politics is not an occupation. Whatever they are doing, they should remember, say, after their political appointments, and like you said, when they come home, then so they should be always reminded about some of these things. That mean chairman acquisition so is power de radina nenya kupo say ne kasa kura sesa o kasa me say ada akwesi wakoye say adubia na vitamin sapana and then o kasa say Dangote say you be can say that President Muhammad say
you know to Dangote
say wakai minua na onu so ma na adwuma ni bia in fact
but when a quick one this decision by the party, if it's something to go by, say political appointees no kuta party position, either so beji man so beji or my point when I to form. Is it a good thing?
Oh yeah, I think it's a good thing. okay, say in 2017, MPP National Executive Committee take a similar decision. Anna Peter Mewu and Oyev Water Regional Chairman, Yamane resigning after being Minister, Madam Mutiku Afisa Jaba, Nya Gender Minister, Yamane resigning, you know, a National Women's Organizer. In fact, Herina Nabuache, Munia, Tamamoye said, a lot of people resigned. Because we share Ghana, Yambra Public Sector Commission, form and Diana, public appointment, a full-time job. And you will be to occupy another office of profit or a monument account, a full-time job. And the after so Yambra so say, Yama by Jumana say, if you are in a position a bit more causes some conflict of interest. I was a woody pana ultimate huna resign. So we know I wasn't even expecting some party in the bit taking decision. In fact, in the spirit of good governance and principles of proper governance. Now, some communia or position and come resigning from a more respective party. But I think long overdue. Long overdue. Because of shares is a national youth organizer, no, minister, not proper. It's one of these things. Let's put politics aside. It is just not proper. Because you are the minister for youth and development. The same person, you are the national youth organizer of a certain political party. I mean, what is this? So some of these things now, so mutimi who know mutimi.
Papa was saying ka omujai political appointment no mkofa party
Sir, and no natural the kind of people are omoye. So what you say? And then natural the kind of people are omoye because
yeah. Them no crane say also awesome party.
And they among some party.
There's someone
some party. But one you.
It can be the
journey
don't see do get as national was no. Ghana Port and Harbour Authority board chairman no be jadi atuo. I want to serve my party.
Sometimes it is always good to create a path for people to also take over.
Okay, omun feel no be sombra.
Some party na power.
Okay.
That party na show me. Say in the wisdom of the party structure. You can say, oh, when your party na shimo nyam, aboma baso. The party na juma mo ye no. Ye mo be fufu so we dey. Abishi no mo so sua no so ye juma ne be. I think say it makes sense. But say obaka say ya party na bre amfo me ko
Peter I all stress you.
Mama ka say 16 regions no.
Yeah.
We come 3 times and san ye 12. 16 regions the region ba bia no come 3 times. It constituencies are you bowu mu aye adwuma. Communities are you bowu mu ghettos are ye adwuma ye de win power. The power. Entino somebody no ya share nunyam e wa appointment mu a e no de di pa. De na ya mede and the okay say adwuma ne make the needed impact
in the lives of the people.
In the lives of the people. Okay. And me, my interest has always been to say the president can. 1 year, what trouble, me, I'm a political science student. So I say, the electorate should be your main focus. One amount to me, yeah, you mama one in so. So we hear you mama one in so. To me, they will renew it for you.
Okay.
And our main motive is to serve the people. And until I can't match up. President Mama by you, because now cats asking me, pa. Yeah, born to one year castle, mutu about my Sasaniama, and Yama Baba perform. What to me was say, my young Casasana, young to me Cassia, Bama Petro Buaco form. Young to me Cassia, Bama Dolly, a Timiaco form. Now, besides that question. And they are $1 for my dollar at a day. And Yamama, no one in that. Petro Buaco sheep. Was it no one in that? But I bam papa by ye, Mamma Manfono. I'm a man for the young so. That is our main focus. And we will do it. And the party take it decisions at all. She see you put some my power.
To focus
on to focus you about what you man. Your friend is saying that party you man, you will be Mongoya. It's not the MPP for about say Tama Nanabimu, the position no more saying, and then they were so don't worry, or more time over Casasi, Memphis, which remembers at the end. It's because a party and yellow. Any of mine yo and ye.
Okay.
It didn't be a na do be nearly 2 years. Oh, if you move focusing on your man,
okay.
If you move focusing on your party, no, Mimi did say, I had a party, Babiano.
I think it's a name time, Mukano, Ryan, but I mean, they say, see you in Tino. benefits be one my yeah the man because no free but I you see let us not create the picture say it's a party bar bemwa na say free party na bar bemwa na say ho ato bar bemu say ho beto eye osom. Secondly no minya Peter ka say mi say aban papa aba ntinyoma bo kofo aban papa ben so na oya we say 50 February be sisa be ntimi print birth certificate. Birth certificate for so mo paper o mo de print birth certificate na short no cre dollar ba form so nyoma bo na ekosoro bayra na e 40 cedis and then 65 cedis baako omo mo ko dwa so nim e bia o ze o yesi o nti ama chef nti un ko dwa so biem tu nim se nyoma bo aye de ba no cre ni se no cre se dollar na ekofom but nyoma bo na ekosoro
you see nyoma bo na
ekosoro nyoma bo ekosoro
nyoma bo na ekosoro me aka sa madwen ade we wan tiase food staff ye free mem e bo wosoro as against the credit from on neighbor.
Yeah.
It's no share tomatoes, jane, nyadua like atosodi any
even vegetables kura oko mo was near the idea.
I wonder say and say oko na bia frozen chicken akoto a ne boaba form. Yes. Satare na akoto a ne boaba form. But I wonder
the locally produced ones rather than
what they like enuane a yedua o ye memba ire ne banchi a okay. You barely see say nebo na
body akura short. Yeah. Body koko new jaso.
Nebo
intino I think say I was say aban papa na aba no etimi kati across me dey me nka say omo ya aban born but by their fruit say na make say see birth certificate kwa intimi print cocaine yera galamsey say nsuo no by their fruit Ghana for be judge so omo ya aban papa na say aban born ya Ghana for na be me dey me betena say nka say mo ya aban born but Ghana for nim say nyoma na mo ya aban born.
Okay mama nye wait tell na yen na wa only baby me I know birth and death operations I follow for years. What happened over change of government to be the printed birth certificate, your friend extract. Into extract no, na change of will be another contractor.
Okay.
Into they have to either renew or take new
get new contractors.
Exactly. Okay. Into that change over any other no, and every obi on birth and death ejuma biano. Change of government be a first 6 months. That's what they go through.
So can we then
and
find
so
a
way proper? Exactly. So it is up to us as a country. And nothing I may expect him say new director no, Mr. Butchie, any penfua or moon day. I will be and there for no more. So what come with Tribuma? This problem no, I will see it to us here. Now your man in your cyclical
maybe it has already repeated itself. It has already repeated itself.
Maybe can we also take a look at how we terminate the contract?
No, but even what he's saying has to be verified.
No, you can verify that.
No, what he's saying has to be verified. We cannot swallow it. Hook, line, and sinker.
May I know all this? I'm telling you. It is the last point. Minia, me know kasi. And prayer, nye chiru, and prayer. Na mene, Madam forbidden. You can say abai papa ba mo niama akofom ni ade no na okra car in April na car no in April duties are that's that Honda Civic duties are na ya chairman so tua na 182,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay,
enti okope bank loan and now they kwa koke now break crans na bank go man 160,000 na also pay bisa ka ho enti no twen se car ne beba na wonhunu kwan ya obefa so akokle car ne ba last week okotua duties no na 125,000 Ghana cedis.
So say I was
at the end of the meba me di besi bibi so no abem me di si bibi so no abem Nyama ye krabat said the one kasa kan. There are so many important I just said dollar na akọ from a seed na ho de na nya. Ama nyama na ye import be break about from and that is true. Dia ye to odwama so a na ye wo krom ha. Omoma ne bo na ye de no. Omafo no na ye ne obi ankasa se. Aban papa aban hihye aban na petrol no nkan ya ansa de osidi faka no petrol na abafo. Mum yan consider na ya ton niama no mummy hwese ye beboa ma omanfo na nya so mfa so because abane hwese ye ne de abanya famu de wa ye ama niama abafo enti ya ka no so momwa na man ye ne ye
mensa
that is what we should be preaching
what's what you
Yes. We are always Ghana abstaining from the LGBTQ vote near a course.
Yeah. Me aware
okay.
In fact, I have heard who said.
Ade.
Say or my you see no send your mind corner. Me, I will judge the NDC by a Nyama or Mankasankasa or Mokai Akwesi. NDC for position in some NDC for Kayan about the LGBT. Me, my position is clear.
But were they right?
My position is clear. Say no cremo pass parliament the 8th parliament. A passing brano. President Akufo-Addo, due to some legal constraint, me unsigning brano. Granted without admitting, say President Akufo-Addo epe. And I want signing brana. The LGBTQ was on the ballot on 7 December 2024. Accounting a MPP ye lusu ye no. A lot of people who were not happy say President Akufo-Addo intiman sign this brano. It's a bill into act no. Eko salai etwa betia MPP. Omonso many nje say President Akufo-Addo ansign so ebi tu tena fi oman koto abakra ma MPP. Inti account na MPP lusu ye. It is an LGBTQ intino. MPP illusion as NDC about power. The proponents like Sam George. What are they? I know pay me who say what throw right up at 20 page statement at 20 page say he doesn't know why or say in good conscience he doesn't know why a buy way abstain here. In fact, if you could check and then you could read that or say in his good conscience he doesn't know why this government. It's a government abstained from voting. However, on the government, they are agreeing on the position on the position of Mateki. But on the Felice, Osanka bind the Tuaba, Etia LGBTQ, because it was a good opportunity presented to them.
Okay, so quick one. On our Sam George Facebook page. My position on the matter of LGBTQ+ remains steadfast. I have read a full statement Ghana made on the floor in relation to our position on draft resolution L224. I align fully with the letter and spirit of the text. I cannot, however, in good conscience understand the decision to abstain in the subsequent vote.
But I
cannot, however, in good conscience understand the decision to abstain in the subsequent vote. That vote is in conflict with Ghana's espoused position and my conscience. We must at all times make our position clear and unambiguous. Like I indicated earlier, together with my colleagues in Parliament, we have resubmitted the same bill that was passed last year by Parliament, which Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo refused to sign. I urge Parliament to expedite the approval process, so we present the bill to President John Dramani Mahama. The innocence of Ghanaian children and the sanctity of our values cannot be traded for any considerations. Let truth and our conscience and principles be our guiding light. Sam George.
For the benefit of you.
Okay. Yes. So asma ora Sam George e kan yin so se ni abo krata betodwa esegana ban e akoto aba na ye ko e de tia LGBTQ se omo eye bino ye nyomo yakayaka de anase me nyomo ayakayaka de oso na kasa mu de odwinwa wontia se de ntia Ghana ban antosa aba no ebie but ni nyina mo gidi se ye nyina ye nyentum ese we ya de ebedi o man Ghana enya na abro mo ye bill de koma president na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ya went me answer no osane nwam kro na mo sori sa bre na Akufo-Addo address no e de krata afoforo esa ko parliament ye mo hwe nim se parliament be gi atum na yetim de akoma president John Dramani Mahama etimi amano assign osesa LGBTQ intino Ghana nkwada bi dachi ya hwe ye betimi ato ensane eni.
That's it.
Sam George
was seeing this in his own good conscience onim de ntia was a Ghana training because Ghana training who a free about him. It is against Ghana your cultural practices near the idea. So clearly Sam George or no you're member of cabinet is even not happy with decision or minor taking. Now kwesi what you remember why I'm a or minor idea and also minor idea. If Sam George or no you're member of cabinet too, I say decision of President Mahama taking on any nyadwin. So it is clear. So this government or mobile no more the good way or say or mobile ye bibia for LGBT sense no one come here. They say Independence Square. So I could see say I say Independence Square a security installation. Yeah. Independence Square sabe in memoir penifo anim omo practice trumu timi ko gina ofie omo ano e wo Independence Square bibia Ghana ye gina ejinfa wodie no omo timi gina ho yes an yoma no a security installation o enti na Ghana fo a ehwem obi a ni wotimi ko ye yie wo Independence Square windows e park pete wona nya bibia na otimi ye wo ho ansa na obeye bibi wo ho you need security clearance because a security national security installation. You see, then I gave one by yes, I don't know video no crana. In the video they said say despite the heavy security presence, they were able to do what they did. So I'm asking myself, say, is it the case that they had some security protection to do what they did? Because I could see I saw granted without admitting under President Akufo-Addo, yentimi ansign this bill in the idea. Never did we see say gays ni homosexuals about Independence Square. Yes, and your man we are etia, you know, your cultural underpinnings. They make the case say I'm grabbing etia LGBTQ, and I was so, you know, scandalized. Say they binum NDC phone binum to me kasa assembly say embrabe and when to give one ever say in embrabe Ghana we are a country a moral underpinnings. Even in the court of law. Utimi kasem referencing the moral underpinnings of this country because Ghana is a nation built on morals. Me LGBT asem I have said ya wa be mo me kai say me anya asem am de be politics. It is not a matter of politics because you spend as a parent you spend less than 10 hours with your child a day. Of course go on your ear. Say obi a TikToker content na nya filtered. Oba the funny phone or TikTok or funny tablet or TikTok obi a Obehun say gay for Independence Square or Mofia Mano. Do you think that it be good for your child? Maybe he may not have the courage and the boldness and even the intelligence to come and ask the papa, say, hey, Daddy, Anamami, what is happening? Is it a proper thing to do? But Obeko school, or don't say that we are corrupting the morals of our children. So this is not a matter of politics. This is not a matter of President Akufo-Addo failed to sign. This is not a matter of MPP-ISA. This is a matter of NDC-ISA. What I'm saying is that NDC is the government of the day. And when we were in government, I am on record to have said, say, if it is possible, say there is a way that President Akufo-Addo could assent to the law, he should. Because I am against it. I don't think, say, a proper, medically, physically, spiritually, and everything. I don't think, say, LGBT idea, it makes any sense. I don't think, say, it's a proper thing to practice in any country.
So can we wait for the position of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama said? The bill should be a state-sponsored bill.
That was the same position of President Akufo-Addo. To be very fair, that was the position of President Akufo-Addo. Okay, I say, or UN program be a female journalist be interviewed. Or can say, or one of the problems with the bill is that it was supposed to be, you know, laid before Parliament by his Attorney General. But when there are some private members and a lay, and what that is one of his problems because Ofilise Sembra Ebeketeli. What people describe as freedoms and rights, you know. It should be a government-sponsored bill. So that is one of his challenges with the bill. Today, President Mahama is re-echoing the same thing. But why didn't President Mahama say that? Oba benmwa, obeshe, amaya yen state-sponsored. That was not his promise.
But so I could see, even with that position, now President Akufo-Addo were the same. People ask, say, Attorney General no lay here, Parliament. Parliament and be approving. Parliament is the House representative of the people. So what would have been so different from the private members in the core the entirety of the House approving?
You see, this is a very good question. And that is why I've already laid the foundation to tell you, say, I was one of the people who was calling on the president at the time to sign the bill. But the president at the time, I had some, because I was very much interested, I had some interactions. And in fact, some even became public. But I say, presidency, you know, describe, said there are certain aspects of the law. Onunu feel say, and kayenfa bin kan on and kayenyi bin free. I'm sure say what is answer. So he had his own reservations about certain aspects of the law. But you see, the law in its entirety, you know, I feel say the law maybe ought to have been, you know, assented to, and then later they make some amendment to it. But I could see, I said my can say President, granted without admitting, say President Akufo-Addo a fairly say one sign, or President Akufo-Addo could not sign the LGBT. Today we have a president. The president, assemblies of God, and under now pencil no, or be making sure say about power, or be just LGBT, or be my assent to sir, or be assent to sir. Embrano. Today, what is happening? Under the Assemblies of God, President Nene way, gays, age Independence Square, F4 man. You see, Akwesi, this matter is a matter I am very passionate about, and this is a matter me kakra na me siafem. Do you think because the moral decadency, Akwesi, the moral decadency that comes with this matter is a serious matter. You can have a national prayer of Thanksgiving Day, spend millions of Ghana cedis on it to have it. Well, yes, I know my way, and Yanko Poibu for Bebo minus if you know my way, be. So, Akwesi, what I'm saying is that this matter should be discussed holistically. Let's take out the politics of it. President Akufo-Addo. President Akufo-Addo didn't sign the LGBTQ bill. And so what? And so what? Today we have a government. The government should do the right thing. If President Akufo-Addo failed to do the right thing, that government should do it. It shouldn't be a matter of say MPP for a clear opportunity to sign and they didn't sign into a war position. No, into MPP a war position. Into a free abemono. Mona Ghana for himself mobile the right thing. But don't come and repeat the mistakes MPP made. That is not how we build a nation. If you see LGBT, we have a consensus. Say, the Bonnie boy, President Mahama, if he had a goodwill, he has an overwhelming majority in Parliament. You don't need 6 months to enact a law. You don't need that because a core Parliament, even on the certificate of urgency, they can do the first reading, second reading, third reading, in less than 2-3 weeks. You can pass the law.
Was he a member of the MPP National Communications team?
Was he? More for only more tobacco, yes.
Okay.
I know Takana, some was ordinary rough. You see, your cousin, me say, he who preaches equity must come with clean hands. If you are coming with clean hands, that's who preach equity now. Will be a show anymore to papa dear in some way. There be before na kasasi na. Tio, when you feel moke. Can afford you manful na LGBT asemi you can attest to the fact that yes, in the past we talk about this issue now. The regime and your friend is saying LGBT be a dominant. Import at a time yes, so my best set to office. Omo person mo promote sebio dinto mu e wo krom e ye motanso ama enkofo nya kukudro to meet na TV so near express near ka say we have right for the first time in the country under your regime and our politicians bi ni asofofo bi ni Muslim for your kan who bom say we dey hu bi da anu oden se sa de we be pompon so adu sa ne pompon so e wo mambat ye need demonstration ya de ye mod asofofo any politician kran amomo ye bill ama ye de parliament pass bill on side na ye ntia sa de wi manye enfia mwatwe wani mu obi aban busumi nsia hwede oti akeka. Why are we doing this? And a politics the same year, you don't do this. You don't do this when you don't have the clean hands. For me, for the first time, you who's again be that. What's the work room? What the politics? What your journalist yache? Me do it yache. Me no something on there. Me kai pa kasa pa me no. Kwasi, some common ni who be start a rising that level. Ni na yeti. Ya pass ya di sign, papa sign. Bill say a private to say government na ya bill. The content of it is what matters. See na ya pay LGBTQ. On your shine man yes I do with that. You are a lawyer. When you say that bill expired with the previous administration. You know it. And you are feel what you are doing more months in. Now 6 months yaba. And I heard the OT coming here, man. Yes, I will have branch come on.
May I attack you?
No,
speak to the issue.
Make us some natural war. Don't do that. Asama bana ye kano. What is the matter? Asama say baby a omo sa meeting no. Yes, vote ben na da pono so ayen vote. Akwase who can tree no but o ye no silence. Vote yes yen vote ni say And yes, say you go vote, say you pay LGBTQ, and I am pay LGBTQ, Ghana for Muntie. Vote and say, one more you who are Musa woman, your LGBTQ for no. Yanya wa maya kayaka dear. Uhuama, ubetumi de sekaya wano. Ubetumi di kontipa bonitrim. Yanya wa maya kayaka dear na sama yanya wa maya kayaka dear. That is the brofo when you Latin ayatro. When you are both here, my monesa. Asamuno. And I am representative to say, oh, Ghana no. Your decision here point straightforward. Yampa LGBTQ. But when it come to say yanko yo maya kayaka dear, you discriminate your mono. Ya wa mamra Constitution, Article 17, Chapter 5 of our Constitution. And on how we should do with these people. And because of that constitutional provision, you are abstaining from some decision way. See yanko yo biya kayaka dear yanko trese kaimu wo bi no and only the enya yasam. Yen position is say yempe LGBTQ. And the government of the day yempe LGBTQ. Okay, so it is the good thing is say yes.
Say the vote was on there.
On there, your friend is saying the violence against omoye LGBTQ.
It is say opese ye omaya kayaka dia no ato yes.
Yes.
Ompese be omaya kayaka dia no ato no. And a Ghana constitution is say me and ye or my
yeah, you know, yeah, and they say yeah, constitution is clear, so we don't need to go into this vote. That was the decision of the people. Yes.
Say ye to Noah, kaya femi up. Chapter 5, Article 17 of the 1992 Constitution. And ye to yes, sir, nanke devoid from Chapter 5. And yes, sanity. But Ghana say
so the same way. Want to know. 1 2 years no, it doesn't devote the Article 17 of the Constitution.
So in
the choice, a choice of the representatives.
The international the representative is Ghana.
Yes. And America no, the representative that's Ghana. Sure.
It's Ghana decided to say the Embrana say, but let's show it to the world by say
So they stated in the they expressed that. That point, that's Article 17.
The message, Article 17,
yes,
might only be known to section of Ghanaians.
Yes.
Now this is an international discussion. And yes, we are seeing now, you see, amanya, a force say, omo ye gay ni lesbianism. Ye nyoma ya kayaka de, anasa me nyoma ya kayaka de.
You be respect your more right. Respect. That's the what the
no,
yes,
no,
that
no,
was
no,
what
no,
the
no,
vote was.
The independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination. So yeah, respect your more right.
And kaya femi up our position to the international world. Yes. Say yempe LGBTQ, but we will also not infringe on your right. And yes, sanity. And Ghana say on to abanukra. Say sanity. Okay.
Enti yem twa yes yem twa bano because here the yem constitution is clear. And the how clear Ghana ni bia nim say this is our constitutional provision and nothing can subside the constitutional provision na yen nyina ya dia tuma and e boy ho ban no. And at the atosu mienu yen position as Ghana and as a new government no say we are against LGBTQ. Nothing can compromise that. And at that point no na nya vote say yen ko vote say ye for LGBT so and I am for LGBT so Ghana for mu nya sa clarification no. Sa education ye pese de mamo vote na na ye kwa akoto na ba na no mkoto no na nya abato say ye for LGBT and I say ye for LGBT na nya sa vote.
So with this vote the international community no mindset yes
no the international community knows our constitutional provision the UN the omunyina young constitutional provision and me making this point is very significant.
Okay.
UN those international there's no way they can come and impose something on us once we have our constitution. So you know, don't make it look like say vote or one vote into the international community have power be until then your position is not this.
Me say now in the minds of the international community, Ghana doesn't have a position on
the violence against those people.
Ghana doesn't have a
we didn't vote. That's
so we don't have a
we
position.
Didn't vote on that. That's all.
So we don't have a position.
We didn't vote on that.
So
simple.
Would that also mean say what our constitution says, no, we don't support her now.
Why we don't support? And that is the reason they adduced.
Because we vote no echo year.
No.
The position in your
constitution. Vote no, and no. Abstaining alone is also a decision. And what I say, yeah, constitution, your client, you are not to come and join your voting.
I wish the country is not voting, you know. Constitution.
And I make a choice, they don't have a direct provision like this.
Countries not voting.
And I say, they don't have a direct and clear provision like us. Yeah, your point, your constitution, you clear, you clear, the whole clear.
Okay.
And you know, your friend, I make a support who voting election be. And I was even part of this. No, my constitution is clear on this.
So why did you go there?
Oh, Nasan, you have been invited. You may be invited for other discussions near the other. And just strictly on this.
Let me say, I drew on. I see a baby voting.
What's he? Yeah, because you bet me around the bottom line is say.
The table of contents.
You see, the bottom line. You bet me around that some make catch on say. On mine, yeah, your constitution. And a good thing, a pan say, you are buying, you're making your position clear on LGBT, say you're supporting.
There be no position.
But you may buy. And I see a committee, see young here, Koto, Basso, who say, will be a guy, and fast can one, your father, money trim, yen say, and yes, it's about we young too, because your constitutional Article 17, why any clear say discrimination not based on race, sex, near the other, into Hormone, a plenty now, Fenny, Quaco engaging in one battle. And I make sure say the most important thing at this point is Sam George and I suffer for ya or Monday bill Koto wa you will cook for the MPP for one signs are Billy. Young Kuntia into Moon Sam Wokrom and that's hard on yes, I saw they call. And
one they call.
Yes, Sam George, who reading the post and then no catch
as a president was our bill.
Mammy Power and control so one him to Munyan ticket decision. It's just it says it should be a state sponsor.
What are you talking about?
No.
The fact that the president has made a statement now, personal reference. It doesn't mean say there's some George and then call for on the choir on sign and that's one don't take action.
The official position of His Excellency John Dramani
and the government
and the government. And you say the bill should be a state-sponsored bill.
State-sponsored bill.
Yes, that's the
private-sponsored bill. Sam George is telling you, say, Oma sign, I prepare,
me say. Nipa no be sign, me say. Nipa no be sign na be yembra.
Eti ya dia ko no so one sign because any state-sponsored bill.
Nipa no say.
And na me say ya dia ko. And was so on sign to say President Kufuor because of this state-sponsored bill. I am telling you a step that has been taken.
Machina say, "O shechele watia, and mami fie." So what you say? If the embedded okra no mapamo, the president no accept the standard. I say, bill am fee say nyina betimi aye adwuma aso man. Aye ne o man no etaya kire. Enye private bill.
And I make sure say it still doesn't stop the private bill. So we be pushing. A cabinet member push it.
Why do you still want to spend time and money on
what
something?
What is time and money? What is time and money? Until I make a choice, money for I didn't do
because
this is a statement from the president. This is a decision by private members.
Are you saying
this doesn't stop the private members to push their bill? What is fruitless?
You better say MP style. You better my MP sika. And on the atnase, maybe on call long hours. Maybe I be so much. President Kasa different. But the position of the president, which represents the state. Yes, say
LGBT. You know, I am pet. You might see men pet. Also, won't pet or money. You see, I'm pet.
Yeah.
You bet me the private member bill a court. Now, you're just a president, made parliament pass here. President and sign president, and answer the executive. And to bet me a pushy executive bill near Japa. Putogum, Hugum, Council, Crom, Nelco. You know, the say, young pet LGBT will chrome. Anthony young go for more papers of the private member bill. Priority one can once priority.
Wow.
And just wait and see. Your friend wait and see what will happen. So what I say, maybe the other say
it's a priority of John Mama.
Say you better passes our bill.
Okay.
You better passes our bill and just watch it. So what I say, and to me no many say you are some George. As from a Ghana for because name you animal can unim say till now, a young go for be my say bill no da so na president go sign keke unim sa there are some people who unim say oh sa bill na Akufo-Addo an sign no bill no da ho enti president Mahama wa ba fa pen say dey na minuen e ka say no the picture was being created say oh wabana enfien ebosom ensianie na wo ba on pass bill no as if say bill no da ho na president an sign me pa mo cho sa bill na president Akufo-Addo no MPP o man sign no e wo mmeramu no sa bill no I spy and we see ready another bill and also we say go through the process the cycle and sana e bet me go do president and sana e be push president say onye dey on sign and no na make us some George in the pen force has to take another step. It doesn't stop the president from making a statement. And a statement a president will make, it doesn't stop private members from pushing their right because it is within the law. Until let's see how these two, the most important aspect of all this is that you know as your minor, yes, you are LGBT. Sa oba ni oba da dem ani oba dansem no ye mpe wokuma eti de be hye ne se anamontuo mienu de be ko bia no ye be hye mpanfo nkra se omo pass na
Akosimens deputy CEO Edma
quick one you see
wait 10 seconds
for the purposes of education.
Okay,
maybe Peter doesn't understand what has happened, but for the purpose of education asema ye kan ho asemi about UN in sense me a resolution via the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender equality. A table before the United Nations Human Rights Council. A idea in 2016, and in fact on 30th June 2016, and the Human Rights Council adopted recommendation by the independent expert on protection. No more say to promote LGBT and also to promote the fact that the LGBTQ people have rights and that in the spirit of gender equality and the spirit against discrimination and violence, people should not discriminate and be violent towards people who practice LGBT because they have rights. Wait, hold on, Peter. That is the mandate of the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender equality. Now, in 2016, Tamanomo adopted a resolution when Ghana was not a member of the Human Rights Council of the United Nations. Sometimes African countries are now representing Africa, Nigeria, Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and I think Angola. All these African countries and Morocco, all these African countries voted against this particular resolution by the independent expert. But because they were in the minority, sometime in 2016, the independent expert had their way. This was for a period of 3 years. Some mandate near them were 3 years. In 2018 also, Ghana was not a member of the Human Rights Council. But now, Ghana is a member of the Human Rights Council. Therefore, we have a vote on this matter. In the question is here, this matter now heading of resolution. It was for a renewed mandate of the independent expert on protection against violence and discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender equality. Now, this time around, Ghana is a member of the Human Rights Council at the United Nations. So Ghana had an opportunity to say, you better one, but just in Nigeria, no Algeria, now opportunity some time ago, this time around, the council, no, no. Ghana, a war opportunity, no. Ghana decided not to vote to say, this independent expert, because we are around, promoting LGBT. That's what are you talking about? Maybe you don't understand it. You don't understand it.
You draw no now. Mama draw okay. Mr. Michael was off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1,000 Ghana cedis. I don't pay. Mamu. Okay, 0555 278 star. 0555 278 star. When you first 1,000 Ghana cedis, and I'll make out a Franco Trading Enterprise. I'll be a catch one. Yes, a phone, papa. If you're in the Franco, say price no about from say price number from Tuko Franco and name one na prices ever from from 3rd to 10th July 2025. Co Franco, who you dollar na a price about from now. Franco start dropping the prices in ABM between 3rd to 10th
July 2025. Furniture Lekope TV, ranging from 32 to 100 inches, just free sales. Phones, I would be a PBA, no comment here. Osa Ebeka B at of frame 0246. These are the official numbers of Franco Trading Enterprise. 0246 422 338. 0246 422 338. And at 0555 939 311. 0555 939 311. The last one is 0302 225651. 0302 225651. Franco and also still phone papa efie and one happy birthday and confirm Christiana Entry, Assistant Audit Officer, Electoral Commission Head Office, and her birthday. I wish you all the best. Nyakopon enshira na onyo kese ko ise obeye kese pa. And also happy birthday to Ernest Yabua who CID headquarters. And your birthday, Ernesto. Nyaminshira and then pa o yede magana. Smart, intelligent guy, you can't do without him. Ernest, happy birthday. And I'm going to nominate we know your thousands this evening. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Kai. Atiafaso. Fachem. Then happy birthday, confirm Mrs. Charity. Yeah, what cocoa board. And then your birthday from Schroeder. And then I wish you now say, yeah, show all the best. Nyami enshira na onyo kese kusube kese pa kwesi kono ko boy mama Ghana.
Last 1 minute. Maybe they can't trust much Ghana for me. Yes, two and about 30.
Me time as
well. Ghana for you see me makwesi. Yeah. Say buy ne betina na yakase LGBTQ. Ene yekoto abase Ghana for itiana si itiana yenkofo akwa to say yen yama stenya kan makwesi. That is guys which can make me come best sorry. Enye san komo no. And ye ba abato so sometimes abstaining is good because tienya to oba no we say collective decision.
Okay.
Enti won pese ye be kan wo vote a ankomu say we collective decision who abstaining sometimes eye. Enti mo me enten for ase.
Hello, good morning. Let me edge me in. Mama finds Yanko ya no channel pa. You better to us because me da say.
So that's and I will last bite. No, I will say more information.
No fee stress. Amine information. Be nua no school for and your friend say comes with the power first year admission omunya ya no. Say obi enya de sika. Because we share Adom TV. Macron.